Hey, howdy doody. That sounds so butters. Oh my god.
It's like a really bad game show.
Hey, howdy doody.
That would have worked in the
Warm and
90s.
easy. It was what?
That would have worked in the 90s.
Definitely.
for a game
Can you
show.
imagine?
Yeah,
Dun,
it
dun,
would-
dun, dun, dun. And I've got my like big glittery jacket on. And
Yeah.
I could say
Yeah,
Black Silla, rest in peace.
Oh my God, rest in peace, like,
Rest in peace,
oh,
Silla
shoot.
Black.
Yeah.
That's
Right,
actually
hello.
quite deep that Cilla Black is no longer with us.
I know. I think
Yeah.
about her quite often.
Yeah. Anyway, this is episode 99 of Tea and Biscuits, the podcast. Episode 4 on YouTube. Because, it took us like 95 episodes to decide that we need to actually create visuals.
Yeah,
so
let's create some visuals.
here we are. I'm Cheryl Blue.
And I'm Janice, Miss Mad News.
And today we have OMG.
Come
we
on.
have the homie.
Yep.
The homie. Miss DJ Kaylee Kay. What's going on?
Hi.
Oh, look at her. Hi.
I know.
Shy.
I know.
She
I
is shy. Which part is shy?
am shy.
Shy what?
You know I'm shy.
Shy, which part is shy? Your ass ain't shy, girl. Shy. Come on now. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? I'm hot actually. I'm hot.
Yeah,
It is
it's
really
just like,
warm.
Yeah.
This weather is fucked up. Excuse me.
yesterday
it is.
it was raining
Excuse
and
me.
cold. The day before.
Yeah.
That's what I came
It
It
out
was
in
raining
a
this
jumper.
morning, like
Yeah.
pouring.
I was just like, yeah, it's gonna be cold outside. Let's do
Right.
the jumper thing. Step in the car. 5 minutes later, I'm sweating like
Yeah.
sweating like R. Kelly outside of primary school.
I was on the train. I felt embarrassed. I thought, can people see me?
Dad was like, having a hot flash.
Can they see me?
You know like in cartoons where you see the stink lines when there's sweat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That was a bit awkward. Like, who smells? Like no one smells. But anyway, Kay's like, Cheryl, really?
Like, where are we going with this?
We're going nowhere. So Kay, DJ Kaylee Kay. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I must make sure that I just refer to you as DJ Kaylee Kay.
Oh, please
Like, I'm
don't.
gonna
No,
allow
Kaylee
the-
Kay's
I'm gonna allow
fine.
the familiarity. 'Cause I'm just like, yeah, what's going on, Kay? Can you imagine?
Yeah, Kay's cool.
Okay.
Kay to
Kay-
those who know me.
Kay, that's what I'm saying. So like, you know when people are hitting you up and saying, "Yo, Kay, what?"
Yeah, they better not.
Because people are familiar. You know?
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
over-familiar.
I know.
Over familiar. So Kaylee Kay.
Yes.
Just a little bit about yourself and like people that might not be so familiar with you yet, because it's like a yet, not a when. It's a yet.
Yes.
Because it will happen.
Yes.
Like if they don't know, they're gonna know.
You better get to know.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm a London-based DJ, obviously. I come from the ends. I
really
do
from the
multi-genre, but I'm moving more towards the grime scene because I love grime. Grime is my passion. I refer to myself as a Grimologist. It's a word I made up.
You need to patent that.
I think I should.
Someone else
Don't
comes on
teeth
TV.
it.
Yeah, sure.
You know, people are like, oh my god, did you hear that? Yeah. Oh, I think I just made up a new word. These
Some
days,
people have
I heard
actually
from
asked me
someone
what
else.
it means on the site. It just means I'm
Some
like grime.
posh girl will write a book
Yeah.
and call
Oh,
it
no.
that.
Yeah. The Grimologist.
Yeah.
Life as an urban DJ.
You
In
think
it.
it's joke? I can see
I
it.
can see it too.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. Go on, Kay.
Yeah, I currently have a residency at Box Park, Wembley. So if you're local, guys, please come down. I'd like to see you come and party.
And that's where you play like all sorts of different music.
All
isn't it?
sorts of
It's not
different
just
music,
grime
yeah,
down there.
yeah. But I do other events as well. Just follow my Instagram, you'll see what I'm up to. It's the best
And that
way.
is?
DJ KAYLEEKAY.
There you go.
Yes.
Get to know. Definitely worth the follow. So
Thanks.
It is 100%. You know, and that star is just rising and rising and
Yeah,
rising,
it
which
is.
is amazing
Oh,
to
thank
see.
you guys. I appreciate
No,
that.
for real. It's nice, isn't it, Jan?
It is
when you
really
see
nice.
people that deserve. Because unfortunately, we do live in a time where there are people that seem to... I don't want to sound like I'm being bad or anything, but some people, all they need to do is suck a dick and they like succeed. I'm really down for people that work and network and do what they got to do and succeed that way. Like their mouth's clean.
Right?
You know what I mean? Like
Amen.
you can sleep at night
I can.
knowing like I got this because I got this,
I
not
worked
because I
hard.
sucked that.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds really... No, but you know what I'm saying? There are. There are always people. There's the people that succeed because you know that's what they do and they're good at it and people like them and they just naturally move up. There are people that try and fail, unfortunately, and then there are people that just suck a lot of dicks and pom poms and succeed that way.
It's so true.
You know, it's
But it's
the game.
good to see Kay, especially in the grime genre, because
Yes.
I've always said for years, where are all the black women?
Very
Unless
male
you're-
dominated as well.
Yeah, as well. Unless you're Julie Adenuga, that was the only black woman that I used to see in that world. So
bits,
it's good to. It's like black women weren't really invited into that whole scene.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah,
There are
very
a few.
weird. There are a few now. I'm
yeah.
seeing more now.
And a lot of
Before-
grime MCs,
Yeah.
female grime
Yes.
MCs, which
Yeah.
is great as well.
But
Yeah,
they were
definitely.
always there.
Yeah,
It's
but I
just
mean,
like you
coming
never.
up,
Yeah,
like, seeing more and
More
more,
and more,
we're
yeah.
seeing more.
yeah. And it's important you have that representation because
Yeah.
it's a genre of music, so
Yeah.
it's not just going to be male, you know, a man thing. So it's important
Yeah.
that we have like the Kaylee Kays that are
Yes.
doing stuff, and people can say, you know what, and even like that young girl that's growing up that loves grime, she can see you as someone she
Yeah.
wants to aspire to.
I can get in.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like going back in the day with hip hop. Like
Yeah.
the representation was very small. There was
Yeah,
only a
there's
small
small group of
representation.
women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, which obviously made way for people like the Nicki Minaj's or whatever.
Yeah.
But those women back in the day, I think, were a bit more conscious and a bit more.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just preferred that style, like the Salt and Peppers and
Yeah.
the Queen
Yeah,
Latifahs
yeah.
and the TLCs.
Yeah.
Whereas now, like,
Tits
don't
and
get me
ass.
wrong, I like to be sexy, but
Yeah, but
I think it's a bit too much at times,
It's
even
almost
from
like
my
that's all it
standards.
is.
Like, how many
Yeah,
times am I
yeah.
going to see Megan the Stallion on my timeline
Dropping
in a
it low.
bikini?
Yeah, or
Ah.
Like
shaking her bum.
twerking. Nothing wrong with it, but it's like every minute
Is
now.
that
It
all
is
that-
every minute, yeah, it's
what's
a
left
lot.
the rest kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this seems a bit of overkill.
Mm.
But people should know that you're also on that reality show, Gal Dem Sugar.
I was
on
on one
BBC Three.
episode.
One episode.
Yeah.
Is it still on?
It's still on
iPlayer?
iPlayer, yeah, 'cause I was
Okay.
watching the other day.
Yeah.
Catching up.
myself,
Watching myself, yeah.
Yeah.
I
No, I
watch
wasn't.
some
I'm
Hispanic.
joking.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't.
I'll be watching and criticising myself. You know the ones like
No,
when
I'm
you
not
see things
watching
like, oh, for God's sake, why did I do
I
that?
don't watch this back really.
Do you
I
not?
skim through it. Really, it's like
I'll
Yeah.
go through it and like
She
put it up
goes
and
through
everything, and I'll be like, yeah, Janet's happy. She'll be like, oh, yeah, thanks.
no, I know. I start moaning. I start saying, why?
Why is it this?
Why?
Oh.
Yeah, but no.
We're,
good to have the
we're
visuals.
working on Jan.
Yeah.
We're working- not too much though, because you know sometimes people go the other way. Like,
Innit?
everyone's
Yeah.
Like and the confidence is through the roof, and it's just like, can you just stop?
Like, relax.
Yeah, slow it down, girlfriend. You're gonna hurt yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So nice of you to join us.
Thank you for having me.
We are one episode away from 100. Can you believe it?
I
I
know.
can't believe it.
Really.
This is crazy.
It's amazing.
And we only just got on YouTube.
It's flaming.
Mad thing.
But I
Things
admire the
come in time,
consistency,
don't
ladies.
they?
That's what it's about. Like,
It is.
it's very
Well, we've
good.
had like peaks and troughs, haven't we? Because
Yeah.
we've gone from Skype.
Do you remember that? The gorilla style years.
God, that was so ghetto.
It was.
Love
But
it,
people still
ghetto.
listened.
People
still
did
liked
listen. It was
yeah.
just like, are you serious?
Yeah.
It's good though.
We did that for a year,
Mm.
and then we found Dan,
Yeah.
our savior.
And we've kind of moved with Dan as well because
Yeah.
he's moved a couple of times as well, isn't it?
Yes,
Ah.
yeah.
So yeah. So here we are. Okay, so I don't know about you, but I just find that like we mentioned social and like the following and like, you know, like being someone that you can look up to. So but social media, like we speak about social media a lot actually. But one thing it does do, which I find quite amusing, is it often throws up people from yesteryear. Like you might see
Yeah.
someone that you haven't seen for like maybe 5 years or whatever. And just the other day, I must have been scrolling through and someone came up on my timeline that I haven't seen for a while. And they used to be skinny, like when I say skinny, like matchstick skinny. You know them people that just, men that have like nothing to them, it's just like skin and bones. This guy is now rippling, he's got like veins popping out of his chest and shit. I'm like, you are blatantly on the roids.
Yeah.
Really?
you can
Like,
tell.
and I just looked at it and I just thought to myself, okay, like normally we see women
Yeah.
doing shit to kind of glow up, whether it's the butt job, the lip injections, which I still don't understand. But anyway, but guys, like, is this like a thing, like for guys to, you know, that the whole roid situation, is this now like acceptable
They
now?
just
Because
go too far with it. I mean, unless you're competing, it's illegal. But if you're not competing, you can take steroids. It's legal.
but why
to
would
take
you
them.
want to?
Sometimes they're just looking
They
for
can
a
give you
quick.
a heart attack.
Exactly. When they go overboard, you can tell.
You can tell. It's
Yeah,
horrible.
it's-
Like you
it's
said, the veins
horrible.
popping and
Like
stuff
I
is a
said, the
bit.
veins were like jumping out, and I was just like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, leave it." I was like, "Oh my god, you look like the Hulk."
Yeah, it's just.
It just looked really
Who was
weird.
it? Who was
Oh no,
he?
no, I'm not going to expose names. I'm not going to expose
I'm
names,
joking,
but I was
no.
like, you were skinny,
Yeah.
like not even a year ago. Like, who do you think you're kidding?
There's one guy that I know is ridiculously huge. I'm not going to say his name, but he's well known. I don't know if that's just down to working out in the gym or supplements. and steroids, but it's just a bit weird. It's just very.
Is it someone that I know?
I've probably mentioned him to you before. It's just very huge.
I think I might have an idea.
Yeah, Kay probably
You're
come
so
across
bad.
him definitely. But
Who?
you've definitely come across him.
Oh.
But I won't say his name.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just very big.
Big and buff.
Yeah, it's just it's something not
It's
quite.
abnormal. It's like, it's not.
Yeah.
Because you can tell someone that works out. You know, you
Yeah.
can tell, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I love
They're quite
muscles.
yeah,
I know.
Sorry.
yeah, I like
Listen to
muscles.
me. I
yeah.
love.
Mr. Stabber.
But this is unusual. Unusually.
And I think it's the rippling.
Yeah.
That's what makes it look fake.
Yeah.
Like, why have you got a vein like in the middle of your tit?
Yeah.
Like, not just like.
And here, the
I mean,
pecs
there's
are, like,
always
out
there's
there.
veins everywhere in your body, but if suddenly you've got like a random vein that's just
Yeah.
like popped out, like I just think,
And the pecs look solid, look too hard.
they're
Like,
like
it's just-
boobs,
yeah.
but
they're
hard.
Hard
out there.
boobs.
Oh,
Like a
no.
bad boob job.
Yeah, it's just all
Speaking
of
of men with nipples, not really, I'm joking. We're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go there, our friend. But anyway, but yeah, I think guys like to get them sucked though.
what, their nipples?
Yeah,
I think some do.
I think if they've got bigger nipples, I think they kind of like that shit.
I think, yeah, I would agree.
Hmm.
Do you think it's down to the size?
No,
Just
I think it's the sensitivity.
It's sensitivity.
oh, it's an erogenous zone, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But like, okay, do we?
I
Just
don't
think
feel like I've encountered a guy with massive nipples. How big are we talking?
No, I
CD
haven't.
size. Not really, I'm
CD
joking.
size.
Joking.
Oh, wow.
Joking.
That is so grim.
I think that'd be gross on
That's a
anyone, man or
condition.
woman.
Yeah, that would be.
A condition, you know.
That's a
Like, what's it called?
condition.
Like,
With the bigger
sorry, ma'am, you
CDs.
have CD nipples.
Ew.
Compact disc nipples.
Compact disc.
What would the condition be?
I don't know. There must be a condition for that. If they're really unusually
I just
large.
think like some people skin stretch, innit?
Yeah, that's true. It depends how big they're. But men, if maybe women,
Skin
I get that.
stretch.
But why would? Never mind. I'm not saying anything.
Can we just leave it?
Just leave it.
Anyway, so yeah, it just made me think about like the pressure on guys, I guess, to kind of also look like they're doing bits and they're looking the part, because I think most people seem to think that it's a female thing, or more so like for girls, you know, like women look at each other and be like, oh, you know, her ass is big, that's why I'm gonna go and pump up my ass. Do you know what I mean? But actually men really do feel that pressure, I feel, as well.
They're starting to
100%.
get stuff like that done. I don't
Yeah,
know if they're
because-
getting their buttocks done.
Well,
maybe.
I don't know. Some of them probably are, you know.
Maybe.
But apparently, like in terms of cosmetic surgery, like the amount of men going for cosmetic surgery has like doubled tenfold in
Yeah.
the last 2-3 years.
Really?
It's crazy.
social
So
media
what sort of
and all
procedures
that.
do you reckon?
They go for pecs.
They get
a
um,
pec.
Yeah,
six
six
packs.
packs.
Yeah.
Chins and hairlines as
Yeah.
well. That's a
oh
big
yeah,
one.
that's a big one.
I don't know. I think that's probably the main 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything that's gonna make them look good. Some guys even get their lips filled. I would
Straight
have
men.
a real issue with that.
Straight men.
Well,
Because I used to work on a cosmetics counter, so I'm used to seeing like men,
gay guys.
yeah, with lip fillers and
Yeah,
lip
yeah.
gloss and stuff, which sometimes it actually looks amazing.
Yeah.
But a straight guy getting lip fillers,
Maybe if he's got no lips, because I mean, let's be
Their
honest,
lips are
no
very
lips is-
thin.
I don't think any. I don't know about you guys, but I mean, I'm not saying like suck me up with a fish mouth, but like, can we have some lips, please?
can we have
Do you like
some,
little thin lips? Jan?
please?
No.
Jan likes
I'm
the
used to full
Jan
lips.
I
likes
love
the-
lip, like
Jan likes
yeah.
the marga lips.
Great, no, the
She just wants
lips,
to such-
non-existent lips. Nah.
I like lips. Lips are important.
Very crucial for more than one reason, of course.
Yes, of course.
Imagine like having someone with no lips go down on you. That'd be like teeth against your skin. It'd be like, bitch, where's your lips at? That would be a bit much.
I think they probably have to overcompensate with their tongue.
That would be abuse. That would be assault.
That'd be an attack.
Yeah.
An attack on the pum pum.
That would be.
Yeah, they'd have to overcompensate, Kay, like using their tongue. But I feel like you kind of use both.
Yeah, of course.
So if the lips ain't working, like the tongue, you can only jab with that tongue so many times.
Jab.
Well,
Why
jab.
why that word?
Well, from what I've heard, I believe some guys like to jab with their tongues.
Okay. Learn something new every day.
Dean,
What man?
can you confirm or
What man
deny?
likes that?
Jab with their tongues? What, you're not on the jabbing or the...
Or the fellatio itself.
The fellatio is cool. Okay.
Okay.
So are we saying like, do you like someone to like, you give me an inch, I'm gonna take a mile, right?
Yes, we always rely on Cheryl to go too far. Carry on.
So the fact that you like fellatio, would you say you prefer to go down or have your face, or be sat on?
Body.
You don't have to answer.
No,
I'm
you
joking.
do. See, you absolutely do. On the situation, obviously, if she's a really
yeah.
fat shit, you ain't gonna want her to sit in your face. But then again,
You
you
might
might
like that.
because
Some
that's the
men
thing.
might like that.
That is
Yeah.
a thing. That is a thing.
Death by pum pum.
No.
I guess if you're a guy that likes pum pum, that's one of the best ways of going out. I guess maybe no, perhaps nah. He's like, nah, not on it. Just let me go down, and when I've had enough, I'll just move myself. It's fine. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so all right. So Instagram, since we're talking about social, so I think was it last week? There was a top 50 DJ list that was compiled by who we don't know. Does anyone?
Kay
know?
compiled it. No, I'm joking. That was
Kay
a
compiled
joke,
it, but she
everyone.
left herself off it. Do you know what I mean?
You know fully well I didn't make that up. Make that shit up.
Kay was just like, what is this?
Was it DJs and presenters? It was, wasn't it? Or was
It
just
didn't
DJs?
actually say. So the title was actually ambiguous. It said
Just
top 50 black radio.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Radio.
And that was it. And I was just
Yeah.
like, is this a joke?
Yeah.
And then when I looked at the list, I was like, okay, so this is not just DJs, because some of these people listed don't know how to spin a record.
Yeah.
So it's DJs and presenters. That wasn't shade. I'm just saying.
No, but it's well, you're stating facts here.
There's
This
some
is the
people,
truth.
it's like Jenny Francis, no offense to her. She's not a DJ.
She's a
She's an
presenter,
amazing
amazing
presenter.
one,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
You
But
know?
it's like how are we doing this? So I mean, what did we think? I mean, Jan, I know you had quite a bit to say about this.
I saw it on your page.
Yeah,
Is that-
exactly.
yes, that-
Try-
You
I-
started
try-
this.
try to
I
act like
just
Kate
said
doesn't say
You
much.
know what I
I
mean?
didn't say anything.
She actually did. She's like, what do you guys think? And left it over to the people.
Exactly.
See what you did there?
But I later said, what happened to Chris Goldfinger? Because he was one of my
He
favourites.
was on there, wasn't he?
He
I'm sure
wasn't. He wasn't.
Oh, Robbo
Goldfinger
Ranks
was
was
not on
thinking
there.
of.
Robbo
He
Ranks
should
was
have
on
been
there.
because
He should
him
have
and
been on
Tim back
there.
in the day
Yeah.
on Radio 1.
They were brilliant.
They were about
Shamazing.
it.
Yeah,
But it's
brilliant.
what exactly
Goldfinger.
Shamazing.
for real.
Remember, you used to shout out all the men in prison.
Oh my God.
Yes. Before,
Freedom is a
All the
must.
jailbait.
All the
No,
jail-
that's
Before the
the way
BBC were
around,
like,
not
yeah, let's rein it in a little bit.
Jailbait.
None of that.
But no, he was off. Who else was missing? I
EZ.
thought-
There was yeah.
His
you're
Kiss
right.
100 show was amazing. Like, how can
Yeah.
you miss off King EZ? He's
saw-
like one of the best DJs ever.
Ever. There was a few people mentioned EZ.
What about
Because I saw
Commander
it-
B?
Yeah,
Do you-
Commander B
what
was on
happened
Choice
to-
FM, wasn't he?
Wasn't
Yeah,
he on
he was
there?
on there. He was on
He
there. It
was
was
on
like
there.
18 or something.
He was.
Yeah, he was on there.
But I was
DJ
amazed.
297 was not on
He
there.
wasn't on
Some
there.
people were on there twice,
Yes.
which was no. I mean, at the end of the
That's
day,
why I just knew
like,
it was
I don't
stupid. I
understand
knew this
why
was
you should be on
stupid.
there twice. So whoever compiled that clearly weren't paying attention.
Did
No, they
I
weren't.
want to know who did it?
I
That's
want
what
to know
I
who too.
I kind of don't.
Caused a bit of a
No, I
stir.
think it'd be interesting because it's like, well, why did you?
I think they
number one-
was trolling.
I
Like,
think
that
a
was
bit. There was a
BS.
bit of trolling.
Come on.
And what's his name? What's the one that upset black women? What's his?
Oh,
you know,
Logan. Summer.
Logan Summer.
Oh, I like
I
Logan.
Kay likes him.
He's-
Anyway,
I
can we
like
just move on?
Logan.
I
know
saw
that-
him next.
I'm sorry, he's one of my favourites. Oh dear. Okay.
No, I can understand why you. I can.
Because of obviously like his contributions to grime.
Yeah, of
That
course.
was basic. But do you not think? No, actually, no. I'm
No,
not
but
gonna
when
think-
he went online and said that grime isn't black music, then I had an issue.
yeah,
with
you
him.
had a bit of an issue with that one.
Remember that? I won't forget that.
But a
Don't
few
forget
people
that.
have kind of come from that perspective, saying that
Yeah,
it's
and
not.
I've
But I
got an
think
issue with
people
them.
forget that. Okay, it
I
might be a
disagree
music
with that, but
actually,
yeah.
what do you think?
What about
As
grime?
grime as a
Of course it is.
black music genre.
Of course it is.
If you just look at the demographic of MCs, you see that it's a
Yeah.
black genre.
And
Like,
also
that's
the
a kind of a
And
silly
the origins,
statement. And the
Jamaican
origins.
sound clashes,
Yeah.
sound
Thank
clash.
you. So it
that's
comes
it.
from
Hip-hop.
jungle, garage,
Garage.
drum and bass,
Even like Sound Man.
reggae dub.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
infused. So
Yeah.
it's like to say that
That's
I
black
personally think it's
music.
silly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but people don't like the word, the term black. They're scared of it.
And
They
this
love
is-
to use it in
Black,
term-
black, black.
you know.
And this is what I find really interesting. It's okay for people to kind of come into the culture essentially, and we are a very welcoming race.
We are.
We allow people in very, very easily to come
Ve-
and take the piss.
too easily.
Yeah.
So why anyone would have an issue with allowing the term black to be tacked on to something? I don't understand.
Yeah, that was.
It's almost like, okay, well, you've let us in, now we're just going to take it away from you. No, you can't have it anymore. It's like, and it happens with everything.
Yeah.
You
But
know,
we
all sorts
allow
of-
it though.
We do allow it.
We create something and then we just kind of dash like jazz. We
Yeah.
just forget about it and then
But
move on to the next thing.
But it's even like the
And then-
N-bomb. You and I, we went to a comedy show the other day. Big
Oh,
up
yeah.
Darren Griffiths for his one-man show
Yes,
down
big
at the
up,
Camden
yeah.
Fringe Festival. But one of the supporting acts that were there was saying, like, they were talking about using the N-bomb. And there was this discussion about why we use it. And he was American, so he was basically saying, that in America, it's almost like we use it to say that this is our word, you can't use it, but we can.
Right.
So from one perspective, I see what they're saying, but then the point that Darren made was like, you're basically taking something which is trashing you and saying, well, we're going to use, you know what I mean?
A lot of people say that.
Well,
It's difficult.
I went to see the Barbershop Chronicles yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Was like out the Roundhouse. It was good, yeah. And that topic came up, and they were saying that it was obviously our word originally, but it wasn't a negative word. It comes from the word negus,
Okay.
and then negro, and then another
It was
evolution of the word.
bastardized, right?
And then, yes, when slavery happened, that's when it kind of got bastardized, like you said. But essentially, it's not a harmful word as such. Like in Italian and
It's
Spanish, negro just means black.
Black, yeah. But isn't it the harshest? So I'm going to say the word. Isn't it the harshest of the word nigger?
So then
And the
another thing that they
connotations behind
said was Tupac made a distinction between Nigger and Nigga.
They still do that now.
And I don't know
But
how I
it's
feel
still
about
the same
that.
word.
That's
It's
how
the
I
same
feel.
word.
It's
It's
silly,
the
but I kind of got it, but I don't agree with it.
That's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
get it.
It's like sister.
Yeah.
We are sisters.
Yeah.
The other one's a sister.
Sister.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That was an episode in Girlfriends as well. Actually, it's quite funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get it.
But it means essentially the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
so whether you're spelling it differently or not, I just think it's like, I do understand why the claiming of a word and taking it and saying, well, it's a problem for you to say it, but it's not a problem. But then that is probably one of the issues, because if it's a problem for someone outside of the black race to say it, then that means the word's problematic.
Yes.
Do you see what I mean? Because
Yeah.
if it's not, if it's a word that is seen as good and uplifting, then everyone should be able to say it.
But it's not.
Do you know what I'm saying? So
essentially.
it's like, yeah, it's a bit of a difficult one.
It's like when black British rappers and grime artists say it, I cringe.
Really?
I
It's
just
so
think,
cringy. I
if the
agree.
Americans want to say it, fine. But
It's
when
part
we
of
say
their
They've
kind of
been
dialect.
saying
yeah,
it.
they've been saying it
Yeah.
for decades in their communities. But when we say, I remember coming out, I came out, in the 90s, even in the height of gangster rap, we weren't saying that word. That wasn't part of our vocabulary. And now,
It
people
is.
are just saying, it's just weird. Like,
It's
stop.
annoying.
It's annoying. It's
So
just
annoying. I
it's just
agree.
like, niggas, it's like, you're not from Los Angeles. Stop. Stop saying that word.
Yeah.
Black, African Caribbeans, that was never part of our
But
slang.
I think
Yeah,
it's one of
no.
them things where, again, it's that kind of identity things that attaching
Yeah.
yourself. Obviously, us as black people here in the UK, we kind of, for years, we've looked to America
America,
as our
it's true.
kind
Yeah,
of,
that's it. But it's worse now
Benchmark
because
is
of
true.
social media. The internet has brought us
Yeah, we're
closer.
smaller, yeah.
So we see everything straight away.
Yeah.
America starts something, next week we're saying
We're
the
all doing
word
it,
or we're
so
doing
yeah.
it.
I mean,
It's just...
and the thing that kills it is that women and men alike say it. You know what I mean? It's not even just a word that I think back in the day, a
Yeah.
lot of guys used to use it in their articulation.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, you heard Nikki when she was ranting at Joe. How
Yeah,
many times
it's
she
like-
called him nigger? It was just like,
After a while, even that, it's like...
it was a bit
just-
cringy.
yeah.
Because that's what I'm
Just
saying. If
throwing
it's a
this
good
word
word,
around.
but this is it. If
Yeah.
it's a good word, why are we using it in a negative context?
Yeah.
And you're doing it on Apple Radio. It's
Yeah.
like on a platform that they're doing
Yeah.
it.
It's
Nigga,
mad,
nigga. It's
yeah.
like, oh, Nikki, come on. I like her, but it's like, come on
Yeah,
now.
yeah, it was, and this is the thing. So you can't
Yeah.
argue that something's a good word,
Yeah.
but then use it in a negative sense. It's kind of like it's a bit of a contradiction.
Did you see, Marlon Wayans on The Breakfast Club the other day?
What did you say?
They were interviewing. He's got this film on Netflix. It's terrible, but he was talking about something that happened, and he used the N word constantly. Somebody counted how many times he said it in 23 minutes. 42 times.
Jesus,
If you go back
he said
and
it
watch
more than there was minutes.
yeah, he just kept saying it over and over again. It was
Really?
just like, yeah, if you watch it, you'd be like,
That
Why,
doesn't sound
Marlon?
like
once or
him.
twice, but he just kept saying it. Was somebody counted that said 42 times
Blimey.
in 23
What's wrong
minutes,
with
and
it?
there was no
Cringe.
need for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's almost like it's like a you know, like when
Yeah,
you can't think of something
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Or
my
you-
nigga, my
They're
nigga.
just-
It's just like, boring.
just
Can we get some
awful.
vocabulary up in here?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's a weird one, and I think it's always going to be a topic of discussion because it's just the connotations, and again, because you can't say something is good if you're using it bad.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not going to say "shut up, you beautiful idiot." Am I?
Doesn't make sense.
But I could be like, "Yo, my nigga, you're beautiful," you know, and then I'll be like,
Or even
"Shut up, my
bitch. They
nigga."
love to say bitch as well.
Exactly.
Yes. All of it.
And that is just not a pleasant word. You know?
I hope that doesn't catch on here.
I think
it
it's
sort
too
of
late.
has.
Yeah, I think
Do your friends
people-
call you bitch?
No, we don't.
Oh,
They're
what
not
was I
my
saying?
friends. Oh, because I'm
Child
older.
of-
Yeah, that's what I'm
Maybe
saying.
a bit older, but I don't know about the younger girls.
I just think in general, well,
Yeah. I'm a different generation.
the thing is, you might say it's banter. Yeah, what's
Yeah.
up, bitch? But
Yeah, definitely is banter, but they say it's ingrained in their vocabulary.
Yeah.
like literally,
That's
in
how they refer
place
to each
of
other.
The word woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bitch is over there.
My
Okay,
bitch is-
who's bitch? And for the fact that you're putting the word "my" in front of it as well, that's like claiming. Oh, just don't even get me
It's
started.
too much, isn't it? I
Don't
know.
even get me started. My hair is sticking to my lip gloss. Sorry. In case you're thinking, why is she keep doing this? It's all over the gaff. But yeah. Okay, so like a couple of months back, we had the whole Leaving Neverland thing with Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah.
And I was particularly disturbed by it because I was just like, these fucking cunts, excuse me, are right here trying to bring down a man that's dead that can't defend himself. But anyway,
They were liars. They lied.
We'll calm down. Kay's like, okay, sure.
I'm just like
scared.
Kay's scared. She knows how I am.
No, 'cause no. I'm just there's so many things going through my head. I didn't actually watch it because I didn't really want to.
I didn't watch it.
Okay.
But there was a lies. What's it? Lies of Leaving Netherlands was trending on Twitter for the last couple of days.
Really?
And basically,
Yeah, I
you
saw
know,
that today.
Yeah, I need
Oh
to
my
get my.
God.
Did
my-
something
my-
happen?
Basically, the hashtag Lies Leaving Neverland has been trending since Saturday in response to a self-proclaimed documentary called Lies of Leaving Neverland. Now, it was published on the 13th of August, and it basically argues like that Michael Jackson was fully innocent in the wake of the HBO's Leaving Neverland, which came out earlier this year. Now, it's a 30-minute long video, and in that video, you can basically see it on YouTube, and it's basically just throwing everything Wade Robson and James Safechuck have to say in the bin.
Right.
And, you know, basically discounting all of their allegations from the fact that I think it was James Safechuck that was talking about he was abused in the train
that
station, which wasn't even built until like
wasn't
5 years
yeah,
later or some shit.
Stuff like that, yeah.
Wade going on record in 2016 trying to, he wanted to be a part of this tribute act to Michael Jackson and all of these different things. But since he's died, he in particular has been trying to milk that cash cow.
He went out with Michael Jackson's niece as
Yeah,
well. They
yeah,
went
we
out
spoke
for a
about
while.
it.
Yeah.
Oh my
Not
gosh.
what's her name?
I can't remember what.
Was it?
I can't remember her name.
Okay. Why was I thinking Paris? That's his daughter. But
No, not Paris.
So basically, so this hashtag has been trending, and I just feel like it's weird because I've always said one thing I do not condone is paedophilia. I think if you're a paedophile, then you deserve to be exposed and you deserve to reap the repercussions of being a pedo. That's one area that I cannot even begin to find an excuse for that kind of behaviour. There is no justification in my head for that. I don't believe Michael Jackson's a paedophile. I think there's a lot of shit that he did that was off key.
Yeah.
I think a lot of stuff that he did was maybe a bit inappropriate in the sense that it can send the wrong message because you're a grown-ass man.
You should have more sense.
But as a grown-ass man with psychological issues, it's like when someone has learning difficulties or disabilities, you get people with, older people that might have a mental age of maybe 5. We allow that because we can accept that visually, we can see straight away this person has learning difficulties, they've got the mental age of 5, we accept their behavior of a 5-year-old. But with someone like Michael Jackson that maybe grew normally in the sense that in terms of development, but because of life situations and life issues, psychologically, he could have, I don't know, this is just my theory, things that he may have done and the fact that he was famous and just dealing with everything, stuff that a normal man of his age would not do that. But he wasn't living in the real world. So I'm not by any stretch of the imagination trying to justify anything. Let me just say, because again, if I felt, or if there was concrete evidence that he was a paedophile, then I'll be sitting here saying he's a pedo. But there isn't. And as we've said 1 billion times over, the FBI have had a case open on him for how many
10
years?
10
and they
years.
have not come up with anything. But what's my guy's name? That Jeffrey Epstein. Look at the case that they had on him. Do you know what I'm saying? So if they're going to find something, they would have found it. So why these two half-idiot them sit down there with what's his name and make a documentary
And
that has
Oprah, don't forget Oprah spoke to them
Oprah's now
afterwards.
distanced herself from that.
Why did she even get involved?
Yeah,
Like, are you mad?
at least
I was
do your
shocked.
research. I
That
was
was
shocked.
so weird.
Because Oprah's always been like for
I know
Michael
she, but
Jackson.
I know she's been a victim of sexual abuse, so
that's
maybe
what
that was it.
Yeah, the angle.
Yeah.
I just feel like stay out of it.
I think stay out.
know?
Yeah. And I think she probably feels like she should have stayed out.
I
of
think
it
now, yeah.
It's a bit late though, Oaks. Do you know what I mean? We still love you though.
People
but,
have
you know.
people have long memories.
Yeah, it's true.
But so this hashtag is talking about the documentary,
Right.
which I think is good because it gives people both sides of the coin. People are going to decide what they want to do. Some people have already written him off as a pedo.
Yeah,
What do you-
fine.
What do you think, Kay?
I agree with you. I don't feel like I think some of the things he did was off key, but because of his background and just things that he's been through in the past, we know that this man, even though he's incredibly talented, he doesn't really function as a conventional adult.
Right.
He lives in Neverland, for crying out loud, and he had like a flipping fun fair in his front garden.
And animals. And
That's not normal
And
adult.
a chimpanzee.
Do you know what I mean? Even though he's a billionaire and got loads of money, like people don't do that. That's not normal. So, and I think he just wanted to share that with kids, but I think, like you said, it's just misconstrued, went a bit too far.
Because of his behaviour. I loved Michael, but at the same time, he used to annoy me. I used to
just
cuss
want to
him.
shake him and say,
It's
stop.
like, what are you doing? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But this is it. When you're not in that space, it's kind of like you can't see reason.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I don't feel like he had the support of proper family.
No.
They weren't
to
really
help him
around.
and
It seemed like they even spoke.
And I think all the people he did have around him were very much yes people.
Yeah.
So whatever he says, it's like, okay, Michael, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Whereas he needed someone like a real friend to say, no, that's wrong.
Right.
Like, don't do that because this is what's going to happen. And even if he kicks up a stink, you do it and you stick with it. Not, all right, well, okay, we'll give in.
I feel like people like that in celebrities' lives never last though. Like when I was watching the Whitney, Can I Be Me? I've watched that twice now because I love it and I'll watch it again. So I love Whitney. She had that in that Robin friend. Robin girl, but she just didn't want to listen in the end. And then obviously her conflict with Bobby and she chose Bobby. So
it's funny. Do you not think those two were lovers?
Potentially.
I think there was
I think
more
they've
to that
done stuff.
friendship.
I don't know if they were continuous lovers. I think they maybe have dabbled.
I haven't watched it, but I always thought the reason why she disappeared off the scene was because of Bobby.
She did, because they weren't getting along, not necessarily because they were fighting over Whitney as such. They had their own conflict.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
They did,
Yeah, they just didn't get along at all. And I think she was in the middle of it, literally. They both, I think, had her best interest, but ultimately she chose her man.
Yeah.
So
From the the BET biopic that they did of Bobby Brown, like Robin just seemed annoying.
Really?
Just up in everything.
Was she
that-
just too inner?
Yeah,
One of them
bit too
friends.
It was
inner.
probably one of them. I was going to say probably one of those friends that could see that he probably wasn't the best fit for her.
Yeah.
It's just like, go away, Robin. They're married now.
I
Like,
know.
No, but
step
like she
out.
needed to be there because
She
look
needed
at what
someone.
happened, you know?
Because we've all got friends that do silly things,
Yeah.
and you need to be that voice of reason for them. Otherwise, they'll go fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But ultimately, they were a married couple, and she had to just go.
She had to step back.
But
she had to
even
step
the
back.
security guard at the time, who was a British guy, tried to put in an intervention because he was like, she's losing it. And again, did he get fired or did he leave? But anyway,
she wasn't having it. And you know, Whitney, you can imagine, God rest her soul, but you could imagine she was very much like, I'm gonna do what I want.
Yeah, that's why I love her.
That was what that was about.
And it was such a contrast to like her celebrity persona.
In it?
Because everyone thought she was like this
sweet little church girl.
Yeah.
I sing. I've got an amazing voice.
That's what Clive Davis wanted. It's this whole
Yeah.
image.
wholesome.
Wholesome.
That's what they tried with Mariah Carey. And that
Yeah.
was
Oh my God.
sake.
When she did that 360, I was like, who is this woman?
Yeah,
Who is she?
as soon as she divorced her husband, he was her manager.
came out,
yeah,
asked-
Yeah,
Got
everything
short in,
out.
started hanging out with black
Skin
people.
out.
Yeah, it was all a bit.
She was all over the gaff, mate.
Yeah.
I like Mariah though.
No, I like Mariah. I don't
No,
know
I
if
think
it-
she's
I liked
loopy.
her.
Do
I liked her.
lally.
But that's what I like about her. She's
Really?
a proper diva.
Yeah.
Nah.
She does not give a shit.
She gets someone. I love her
don't-
voice. I love her
But
music.
you find her a bit annoying.
Like,
as
I
personality.
like reality TV. That's one of
Yeah.
my advices. I couldn't watch her show. Awful.
I didn't really watch it.
I've never watched
Or-
it.
She's going out with that dancer, really? Were
Still,
they
yeah,
really?
yeah. No,
Oh,
she's
okay.
still with
Are
him.
they still
Still
with
with
him?
it?
Still together?
I'm sure she's still with him.
Is she?
After she got compensation from that guy for wasting her
If
time.
that's true.
She
That
did the ring as well. I was like,
is
okay, Mariah,
amazing.
high five.
Right, I like that.
I'm sorry.
I
Was that
do
even
rate
a
that.
real thing, though? The
I
guy
think it was
didn't. They
that-
didn't
I think
seem
it was.
suited.
Oh, what, them together?
Yeah, they
random.
didn't. It seemed a bit
Nick
random.
Cannon to that. I was like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
really?
it's a bit.
She
And
wanted
Nick is
some of the
looking
black
nice.
dick. She wanted like some proper road dick.
But then this dancer's. Where is this dancer from? He doesn't even look like he's into women, really.
Oh my
Well,
god.
I don't
To
know.
be honest with you,
At
I
first
agree.
wasn't
Sort of.
sure.
He's not, yeah.
I've always felt that like with some of J-Lo's husbands as well.
Oh, I heard the dance. I don't know. Do you remember the dancer that
Yeah.
she
One,
married?
there was a couple, weren't there?
There was just one that she
The one
married.
she married, like Chris Judd.
What
Was it in
his
Neverland?
name? Yeah, that was his name. God, I forgot his name. Yeah.
I don't know why
Because
that's
he's
extra in my
irrelevant.
brain, but hey.
Yeah, what the hell?
You know when you just have like really random
That
facts?
is some
Yeah,
random
like
shit.
an
I
elephant
forgot
in
his name.
So what about him? What do you think he was gay?
No, I didn't think he was. But he was all a bit. When stars get involved with their dancers, it's all a bit.
I suppose it's that kind of closeness. You know, you get it misconstrued, innit? You start
Yeah.
thinking, oh, maybe this is love. It's just lust.
Do you remember Mel B's husband?
Oh my
Jimmy
God, I was about to say
Golza.
that.
It was.
Did
Now,
you
how do you
like
know?
him?
How do you remember that name?
Exactly. You're talking about me with Chris Judd.
Yeah, it's just like, what the
I remember
hell?
Golza. I remember him.
But was he? Was
I
he
think
straight?
he was. I got the impression he was bi.
bisexual. Yeah.
But he was in it for the money.
blatant.
Like Mel met him on what
Did
was it?
he-
The
where was he
US
from?
tour.
Did
He
he
was
even
from
speak
Holland.
English?
No, he did. He was from Holland.
Are you sure?
No, he spoke English. I'm
Okay.
sure
It
he
was
did.
broken, wasn't it? It was like that broken
Oh
English.
my god.
I don't know.
Hey, my name is Chimmy.
Oh god. She chased after. She admits she chased after him. He wasn't really that interested.
Imagine, Lord.
Yeah.
The more I see of Mel B, the more I just think she's
Manita.
I'm reading her
a
book
bit
at the
savage, you know.
She is.
But I quite like
You got
it.
a rating
No, I've
still.
always liked her.
However, at the Spice Girls concert, she was acting a bit ratchet.
Yeah,
Was
Kate
that
went to
good?
start, I was so there.
I know, I
Yes.
saw that on her page. Was the sound okay? Because people were complaining about
In
the
Glasgow,
sound.
apparently, it was
Oh,
really
right.
rubbish. But yeah, Wembley was
Wembley was
fine.
good.
It's just raining because this is what this country's
It
about.
was
Yeah,
just
exactly.
raining.
Let's
Yeah.
fuck up everyone's flex.
Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it was good. It's good.
Yeah, I would have loved to have gone to that.
Very nostalgic. But
Zig a zig.
my favourite song, Holla, they didn't do
I like
properly.
Holla.
Wanna see you.
So I think
Never
Dark
liked
Child
Wannabe.
still owns the rights or something to that.
So he won't let them
Really?
perform it.
They did some funky remix. I was like, what is this?
Right.
Like, didn't like it.
That was a tune. I love that.
Big tune.
Yeah, that was really
I'm
good.
surprised that he was that arsey about
Yeah.
life.
That's when they were going for their R&B era.
I remember
Early
remember when
2000s.
Mel B did that song with Missy.
That's a tune, you
I
know.
want you back.
She couldn't.
Your love has made a deep impact. That video as well is sick.
Yeah,
it was a bit.
You
She
don't
couldn't
like
sing,
it?
He produced. Oh, it was Missy. Sorry, it was
Missy.
She couldn't sing.
That
can't
was the
sing for
thing.
shit.
It was just like okay.
Or you could
I
hear
think
the,
the
you could
only
hear the
ones
lead's
that can
accent.
sing
Yeah,
are
you could
Mel
hear.
C.
Oh, Mel
Yeah.
C was really good as
And-
a solo act.
Baby.
That's how her voice used to be. I swear. I'm like, okay.
I
Sing it.
oh,
But you know the sound, right? You
Do it
do that
again?
sound. I can't do it.
I actually do
You
get you
kinda do
mean.
this-
But I think she's got a nice voice, nevertheless.
Yeah, I thought she was quite. The song with Left Eye. Oh my gosh, you remember that?
Never be the same.
Yeah, I love that song
Things
to this
will
day.
never be the same.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, song.
I love that
But
song.
I liked her song with Bryan Adams. I can't lie. That was a
Oh,
banger
that was a good
still.
one.
Oh,
Yeah,
how
that was
did it
quite
go?
good. Oh, how did it go? It's
Baby, when you're
God,
gone,
that's what I'm gonna
Yeah.
when
do.
you're gone, I realize I'm in love. I'm in love.
Things I wanna burn.
That's a
And the nights will be so
so
long.
long.
Even food don't taste that good.
Yeah, that was
a tune.
Things I do. Yeah.
But let's talk about Jerry's solo releases. I'm joking. Let's
Anyway.
not. I know, right?
Sorry, how old
Rubbish.
is Jerry? Because wasn't Jerry like 20 years older than she said she was initially?
Apparently.
Oh, really?
I think she's
Everyone
in
has
her
a press
mid-40s.
age, don't they?
Yeah, but Jerry's was ridiculous. It was like, okay, we're not even believing it.
I know
She
a
was
few
definitely
people that
older
done
than
that.
them. She
What-
might have been
what
in her
about
30s.
10 years older,
She
wasn't
might have been
she?
about 10
It was like a
years.
kind of like a Sex in the City situation. She was like, you know, Samantha's like 10 years older than the other girls.
Yeah.
She was definitely like about 10 years older
Yeah,
than them.
I think so.
Yeah. More
Yeah.
mature. She,
And she was trying to act like she was the same. Just own it. Do you know what I mean? But
they got that industry age. Isn't it?
yeah,
Mhm.
which is fine. But
Mm.
like, let's keep it realistic because you did not look that age. So
I didn't even question it, but I was quite young at the
yeah,
time.
we
so.
don't
Yeah.
question it. But I'm saying now.
But now
you
I'm
look
just like,
you
yeah.
thinking, no.
You were
Have you seen
definitely
her
older.
now?
Yes.
I'm just like, okay, roadmap.
Roadmap.
I wondered where all the wrinkles came from.
Do you think she's wrinkly?
There's an advert. I don't know if they did the wrinkles to
Oh,
like.
the L'Oreal one.
yeah, I
yeah,
don't
she
know
does
if they made the
L'Oreal
wrinkles
now.
more
Does
deep.
she?
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Well, maybe they did.
They
to
might have
try
made
and-
it deeper because I was like, OMG. Because
Really?
facially, she's got a good looking
Yeah,
face.
she's got
Yeah,
a
she's
good
very
looking face.
pretty.
So I was like, where did these wrinkles come from? But then it was an advert for wrinkle cream.
Yeah,
so
it was for
maybe
the
they might have
L'Oreal wrinkle
gosh.
cream.
emphasized it.
Probably.
Not what you want to be doing.
No.
I wouldn't want to be doing that. You can't pay me enough to emphasize shit. Are you mad?
I know, right?
That's like saying, let's do weight loss. Okay, we're going to emphasize your belly times 4. No, we're not.
What about if the fat paycheck was there?
I'll do it.
You would consider it, because I
think
would.
For our skin, they would have to do the kind of black skin. We don't wrinkle.
Yeah, it'd be
That-
like, if it was a weight loss situation, probably. I'm not selling Slimmer Tea, though. Sorry. Like Amber Rose and all that lot. Can you imagine?
What's
Yeah.
that?
Booty. Is it Booty?
What's that?
The slimming tea that Amber Rose and all them people
Oh,
sell.
the
Slimmer tea. No, not Slimmer
What's
tea.
it called?
Booty.
oh God, what's it called? Flat tummy tea.
That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
That they've already said that. Oh, that's a
Does that even
laxative,
work?
isn't it? I don't even know if it
Just
I would
was.
assume that's what it is, because
Just
how
don't have
else
some
is tea?
prunes.
Well,
And exercise and
Shit,
eat properly.
No, but if it's food you
Yeah.
want to have, like,
Yeah,
just
I
eat a
don't-
couple of dates.
And they don't drink it. I know they don't.
they
They just
drink
hold
it.
it in those Instagram commercials. It's so.
Wasn't she talking about, because I'm pregnant, I can't, like, drink it, but I can promote it.
Is she still promoting it?
she's still promoting
I
it.
haven't even seen her for a while since she's been pregnant.
Because she's cut off a few friends.
Did you see that
has
post?
she?
Yeah, there's been a couple of posts, actually.
Saying that people just try to use her and stuff.
She's had
found that
friends
out
steal
now.
from her,
Okay.
That's actually
cleaners
deep,
steal
though.
from
They
her.
weren't your friends.
Well, that's it. But it's
These
deep.
Hollywood
It is
friends.
deep.
Yeah, I'll have to read it. I haven't. Okay.
I think she's sweet. I can imagine Amber being quite a sweet person.
I quite like her as well.
Yeah. Sorry.
Some of
Jan.
my other friends are like a bit
Jan
controversial about her because of the slut walks and all that.
Oh,
But
I, wanna
I
go
don't
to
know.
the
There's
slut walk.
something.
I would
could
love
go
to.
and
Dare I
film
say a little bit empowering about it? I don't know. I quite like it in a sense.
I think I do. I do too. I think if you're gonna be a hoe,
Own
I'm
it.
not saying she's a hoe. but I'm
She's.
saying-
She would say she's a hoe. Let's say
But
she's a hoe. Girl,
what
Amber
I'm saying
was
is I'm
fine.
not saying okay, all right, yeah. So she's owned the hoe.
She says it.
I think that's what it's about. I think if you're gonna do something, you've got to own it,
Yeah,
and she does. And I
she
think,
does. And that's why I rate her over the Kardashians, and that's why I relished when her and Chloe had that little back and forth. I was like, go Amber.
Oh, I like when people have back and forths with the Kardashians.
They don't really say anything. That's why they try to. And it's just
It
like,
depends.
Yeah.
They're a family that know who to pick on.
Yeah.
Which I don't rate.
Pick
I
on the
think if
wrong
you're
people.
bad, please say something to Black China because
Yeah.
you know
Oh
that she
my
would rip
God.
you apart.
I'm
They
surprised
knew it. That's why they didn't
said
say.
nothing.
What can you
Yeah.
say to her?
Because she's got no.
She fights her
filter.
mum.
Yeah. Oh,
She'll fight you too.
God, him and
Her
her
mum and her skin out pum pum. Jesus, that mum is too naff. She is too naff. The mum.
Black China's got her own reality show now.
Have you watched it? It's on some app, isn't it?
No, I haven't watched it, but I follow an account on Instagram that shows you the highlights,
Oh,
and
right.
it doesn't make her look good at all.
I didn't think it would.
no, I'm not talking about the mum. I'm talking about China. Like
Yeah, and her as well.
yeah,
Just
like-
two
Are
of
they talking
them.
about the bleaching cream? Does she talk about that?
they haven't
You
come
know
across
she's
that
like-
yet. Yeah, when she went to
Was it Nigeria? or
Nigeria.
somewhere,
somewhere?
yeah.
She gave an explanation for that. I can't remember.
She's like, oh, just get rid of blemishes. No, it's bleaching
No,
cream.
they always come with that. Oh, it's just to get rid of dark spots. No,
I'm so tired of
that's
seeing
not-
people with faces that look like it hurts.
Yeah, their face looks raw.
Try
It's
being
just
on a
dark
makeup
spots.
counter
Oh my god!
and
you
having
must
to
have
do a
seen that.
foundation
What do you
match
say?
to a woman who's bleached.
Oh, actually, when they do that, do they
How
expect
do
you
you-
to make them look really like?
Lighter. How do you?
I just have to match it to their
got
current
this
skin
bleach.
tone, which is usually grey.
Oh.
It's
Are
horrible.
their hands really dark?
Yeah. Oh,
I saw one woman; her hands was black like the ace of spades, and her face was white.
the
I'm
ace of
thinking-
spades, you know.
Yeah. and
Wow.
I was like, how do you look at yourself and think that that's acceptable?
And it looks okay.
It's so blatantly obvious.
So their
Yeah.
skin's really bad, and do you try to give them
I
advice?
feel like
Do
it
you-
makes the skin thinner.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it does.
like
That's the
paper.
thing. It eats,
And I could
it eats
see
it.
veins
Yeah.
Oh.
really red
That
and
stuff is
sore.
poisonous. It's poison.
And the irony would be they wanted a black woman to serve them. I'm like, but clearly you have a problem with being black.
Yeah. So why?
That was a bit of a that used to always throw me. I'm just like, okay.
But I guess they reckon you're gonna know how to
Yeah,
make
you
them
might.
look.
To match grey.
Well,
I find that
think
insulting.
it's
So you have to
fair.
mix up different foundations to try and at least make them look healthy.
Not necessarily.
what
Just
is
go
it?
for something that's like similar match, which is usually would be a colour that's more for like a
Chinese
mixed
people
race
or-
person, yeah.
It's depressing.
Like a Black China sort of.
Oh right.
Or a Nicki Minaj kind of tone when their hand is my colour.
Yeah, it's just like really.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a lot darker as well.
Mm.
Like you're talking like that pearly black.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're like, come on, like where's the self love, man?
Mm.
What
I
are you
just don't.
doing?
When it comes to bleach and stuff, it really pains me.
Yeah, I agree.
A lot of people do that stuff, man. Low key as well, you know. Like even some people do it to the point where it's like it's not blatant.
Mm.
And there's a lot of these artists. I'm not going to name anybody, but they think that we don't know. There's one particular artist, and I look at her and I just think, I don't know who you think you're kidding.
Is she British or American?
Let's just say yes, she's British. Let's just say yes, she's British. But I'll show you after. And I'm like, but your knuckles.
Really?
Yeah, the knuckles you can.
And the thing is, you know what?
Always
I
a
get quite
giveaway.
paranoid because you know sometimes you have like different tones. We're all
Yeah, I've
different
got
tones.
different tones.
And like on my hand, like I've got like slightly different tones, and I used to think, I hope people don't think I'm bleaching.
Well, that's quite common. Like,
It's quite common.
black
with
people
us, though,
usually have
yeah.
multi-tonal skin. So, like, for example, going back to my makeup counter days, like, your neck, your forehead is generally darker than the rest of your face.
Right.
So, when you're doing a foundation match, I always used to ask the person, would you want me to match it to the lighter section or the darker section? Bearing in mind, if I match it to the light section, when I go to your forehead and your
Yeah.
neck, it's going to look a bit ashy because it's lighter. But you just give them the choice.
Yeah, I'd always go darker.
Yeah, just go dark.
I'd always go darker.
It's better to go
because-
darker than highlight
Yeah,
as
I'm
opposed
not
to
doing
looking
that.
ashy and dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What do you think of those makeup tutorials when they do their face and it's all contoured? And then they put the light and they spray their face afterwards.
I think it's ridiculous,
It just
personally.
doesn't. Have you ever
Although
seen
I have
a good
spent a lot of
one?
time on my makeup today, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
No,
but
it doesn't.
the thing is, your makeup always looks on point.
Yeah,
and it doesn't
you.
look
It's
like
nice.
that.
I hope you're
fake-
getting a good angle, Dean. Yeah, as I'm saying
Yeah.
this.
These are- I'm not even looking.
I know. I wasn't even paying
I don't
attention,
even
but
know.
just when you're editing.
Just-
Anyway,
but,
yeah.
No, but your makeup always looks on point,
Yeah,
and I
thank you.
think
It's really nice.
because obviously you're a makeup artist as well, so it's like you know what works and what doesn't work. I think a lot of the time these YouTube sensations, they've kind of a lot of them are self-taught, so they've
Yeah.
watched other people and they're just kind of regurgitating stuff
Exactly,
that they've seen, and
absolutely.
often it doesn't look good.
Yeah. Or I find it's quite overdone. I also find makeup on myself when I overdo it, I feel a bit draggy.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And essentially, that's what it was. Isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
That's where it
contouring
stems
is
from,
for-
isn't
yeah,
it? Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. The big eyes, big
Yeah.
smoky
Yeah.
eye,
Like
big
the
lips.
chiseled. you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Yeah. Just trying to feminize the face. You know, when you're already a woman, unless you're unfortunate and got a man face, there's no need for it. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, there's a few people that could use a bit of contouring. But, yeah. So we spoke about Michael Jackson. So
Right.
speaking of Michael Jackson, Missy Elliott, she's going to receive the MJ Vanguard Award.
Finally.
Finally, like Missy Elliott, I feel like this has been. How did J-Lo get it before Missy?
People are asking that question. Like last year she got it, didn't she? Or the year
Yes.
before? I don't
What
know.
did J-Lo get it for?
That's the reason why they're giving it to Missy is because on the internet as well, people were going, "How like you Missy? She's amazing. Like she should have got it years ago, to be honest."
100%.
But yeah, all right. Better late than never, I suppose.
Yeah. Can we just take a moment, because Missy is a 5-time Grammy Award winner.
Yep.
She's the first female hip hop artist to be inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. She's sold more than 30 million records worldwide, and she's the only female rapper to have 6 studio albums certified platinum.
Oh, wow.
How, again, I ask you, how did J-Lo get this award before her?
It's weird.
It's really weird.
don't even
But I'm
understand
pleased.
it.
I'm glad that she's finally getting
Why
it.
why was J-Lo asked to do tribute to Motown? I'm still trying to figure that out.
That was, what the hell?
Apparently, they were trying to Barry Gordy. He was up for it. You know, the founder of Motown. I don't
of course
believe
he
that.
was.
I don't believe that.
I don't
That was a
either.
bit of a strange choice.
Very strange.
It's
It's like
really
Fergie doing the national anthem. I still laugh at that.
Yeah,
That's one of my
yeah.
best
Pissing
videos.
herself.
That's still
Well, no,
hilarious.
that wasn't the time she pissed herself. Was it?
No, that was another
No,
time.
that was a
on
long.
stage,
That was years
Can't
ago.
forget that.
Yeah,
No, it's just bizarre. It really
very
is
bizarre.
Yeah.
I think J-Lo, this is going to sound really dread, and I hope her fans don't come after me, but I feel like she gets a lot of accolades that she doesn't necessarily
No,
deserve.
that's true.
I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah.
I think a pretty face gets you far,
Yeah.
and
Right,
she's
but
a
she
very
does look
attractive
good.
woman. Yeah.
We have to give credit where credit's due, but yeah, I'm not quite sure. I was never a fan of her voice in terms of her singing ability. I think she was produced well.
Yeah.
She stole a lot of songs, as we know.
Yeah, she did. Mariah will never forgive her.
No,
For what song?
she stole quite a few
Yeah,
songs and vocals.
Well, I don't know if
and
she
ad-libs.
stole it, but a lot of people who had issues with Mariah, there were songs that were written for Mariah,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
gave to J-Lo.
Like
Yeah.
what? I can't even
I
imagine.
can't imagine. I can't think which ones. Because
There was a few, wasn't there? I think,
Yeah.
again, I think we spoke about this before, but I can't remember what.
Yeah, they
But Mariah
Interesting.
can't stand her.
and this was down to Mariah's ex-husband Tommy Mottola, who when they did,
Oh,
yeah,
of
yeah,
course, he was salty, bitter.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
That's so
so
petty.
Yeah, it is
I quite
very
like
Well,
petty.
it.
he
It's
sounds very
entertaining.
petty anyway.
yeah,
In
very
every
petty.
sense.
Yeah,
But yeah, I suppose, you know what, in one sense, it's sort of like, well, J-Lo just out here trying to make a, you know what I mean, a living, so you kind of like...
I always thought she was a good dancer.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was
she's an
it.
amazing
Yeah.
dancer.
Yeah,
she's
that was
pretty
all
good
that-
actress
But
as
she's-
well.
She's all right.
Well, okay, it's arguable, but she's probably better as an actress than she is.
100%.
Like,
Yeah, I
vocally,
would definitely
that
agree.
She sounds like she's talking when she sings.
I think Puffy opened a lot of doors because obviously he fancied her.
When he
Yeah.
with
So
her.
they opened a lot of doors for her. There's
I'm
access
looking
to a
at
lot of music.
Puffy differently now.
Yeah, what? Because of the young girlfriend.
His
Yeah.
son's ex-girlfriend.
Puffy,
Yeah,
Your
that's
son's
a bit
your
weird.
son's
How-
ex-girlfriend.
You can't find a woman your own age, or at
No.
least close to your own age.
But the
I
thing
thought
is-
it was a joke
So
until I
did
saw
I.
a video
Yeah.
of him, Laurie Harvey,
Yeah.
Steve Harvey, and the
Yeah.
mum. I'm like, is this
How do you
really?
even do that?
Yeah, I don't understand any of
How
that.
can you dig out your son's piece or ex-piece?
And when did Laurie
Like, to put
Harvey
it
become
crudely.
famous? Like what?
She's
Well,
famous because
of her dad, isn't it?
that,
Well,
and
her
also
stepdad.
yeah,
No, it's another Bianca Gascoigne situation. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is very much.
Sorry,
and
Gaga.
because she just seems to bag these guys, and she gets props for it.
Yeah,
which I quite like, because when men do it, it's fine. So
Yeah.
she can carry on do your thing.
Again, she's
I
out
just
here
think-
doing what she got to do.
Yeah, but I'm just
But it
that whole
always
situation is
backfires on women.
always, which
Unfortunately.
really pisses me off.
Backfires
But
on women eventually.
yeah, it does.
I don't know how I feel about it.
But Diddy, what is wrong with you?
Diddy is just, it's getting younger, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
The D.
Let's hope
the
it stops
I,
at
the
21.
D, the D, the
Yeah.
Y, the D,
Yeah.
the I, the D is
Diddy, hold up,
Is
Diddy.
Say what? That's the tune though.
But seriously,
true.
can't he find a woman his own age?
Maybe he doesn't want a woman his own
or
age.
close
I
to
don't
his
think.
own
Yeah, I
age.
don't think he
he wants
does.
it.
You have to wonder why these men. Well,
It's control, isn't it?
yeah, control. You can.
You know, they can
Yeah.
they can be the one in charge. They can be the big boy on campus. You know, an older woman or a woman more his age bracket will tell him about his Ross.
Yeah, I can.
He doesn't
yeah.
want that.
Yeah.
Was Kim Porter near his age?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
she
was.
used to tell him about himself, I'm
She used to
sure.
tell him about himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's
Rest
why
in
he had a
peace.
lot of love for her, even though he wasn't with her. Because
Yeah.
again, he could handle it.
Yeah,
Bottom
I'm
line.
sure he'd admit that now. Actually,
Yeah, I think he.
and I
pretty
think he
much
regrets.
He has on his
regrets it.
because every
It's a
time he
shame.
posts a picture of her, people say, "Well, you should have married her," and then he will actually respond.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
I
okay."
think it's burning him.
I think so. That's so sad.
That is very
Yeah.
sad. And you know what? To be honest with you, whatever he does is off key. But them type of things, like living with that kind of regret, is too much.
Yeah,
That must burn him at night.
definitely.
You know, that's still mad. I still can't believe that whole
It's
situation
a
with
bit
Kim.
mad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
a bit
crazy.
mad.
Crazy. But yeah, no, big up to Missy. I'm really, really pleased about that. Really, really pleased. But another story that's been kind of hot this last week is the whole chicken shop.
Oh, that is so weird.
Let's try and fight knife crime with chicken shop boxes for frig's sake. Who's
That's
having
so
a laugh?
mad. That is so
I
mad.
saw an amazing tweet that said, "Okay, whilst we're at it, why don't we put cocaine warnings on Brits sandwich boxes?"
Why don't we?
Why?
And I was like, "Touche." Yeah, since we're
real. Or
stereotyping.
put heroin warnings on kebabs.
You
or
know,
something.
I was like, oh, okay, that's what we're doing here. Right. I don't know how effective this is going to be.
Basically, in a nutshell, for people that may not have heard it, I don't know how, but you know, there's always someone. I think it was last Wednesday, the Home Office proudly tweeted about the launch of a chicken shop focused anti-knife initiative in which thousands of takeaway boxes will be repackaged with the stories of young people who successfully went knife free. Which, okay, the idea of promoting stories of people that went knife free is a good one.
Absolutely.
But, you know, the whole chicken box thing is a joke. More than 321,000 chicken boxes that feature the government's knife-free campaign have been distributed to over 210 outlets in England and Wales. As I said, they've got like information printed inside of positive activities such as boxing and music instead of carrying a knife. Now, the campaign actually came off the back of the stabbing of a 15-year-old boy called Jay Sewell, stabbed in his heart outside a chicken shop in Bellingham in London last year, November. So the owner of the Morley's store where the attack actually happened said he approached the people behind the campaign called All City Media to find out how to promote anti-knife crime in his shop. So it was because the chicken shop owner wanted to do something about it. So I understand the sentiment, and I think it's amazing that he took it upon himself to try and
Absolutely.
do
Yeah,
something.
I didn't
But
know
for
that
the
backstory.
government- yeah.
But I just think that it's still stupid.
Yeah, for the government to kind of get behind this as something,
But
well, it's
also-
just pure blatant racism for a start. Because, you know, let's be honest, the whole connotation of chicken shop, you know, black people in chicken shops and all that shit. It's like you're not really targeting white people, are you?
All City Media Solutions, they're a PR company, I guess, but they should know better. But basically, they're set up. They're for us, aren't they? They're supposed to represent the black and ethnic
which is
community.
really interesting.
But who runs? I want to know who's actually in charge of that.
Well, this is the thing.
Right.
I find it really weird because,
Yeah.
like you said, they're supposed to be for us, and on their website they've got things like something. There was some blurb about ethnics, which I thought, okay, but that, as you said, they're down for the people. They're trying to make solutions for us. It's not like it's not like a government initiative that's against us or just trying to be racist. So it's kind of got a bit ski whiff.
And they work a lot with the different chicken shops and on their I think this is their Instagram page. It says ACMS is about targeting the unseen urban audience like never before. It's cuisine, it's culture, it's current. Welcome to the chicken shop revolution.
Oh wow, the chicken shop revolution, I'm just like, okay.
It's
weird because
it's a bit odd.
In one sense, this might sound odd, but in one sense, I can kind of see how it could work, because truth be told, a lot of young people do
They
like
go
congregate around chicken shops and shit.
Okay.
They're always in there.
Yes. However,
Yeah.
do you think when you're sitting down with your 2-piece chicken and chips with maybe some wings,
For
you're gonna, you're gonna open the
Really?
flap and be like, let me
Yeah,
read what
they-
Sean's done.
I actually
Nobody cares.
I think
Some
I think
might,
on the whole, no.
Yeah.
But I do think sometimes it's a weird one, because I think that it could work to a point.
Yeah.
It could work to a point, because imagine.
Who's going to be reading that, really?
I don't think they'd read the whole thing. No, you're not going to go.
I
but
think the people
mere
that will read it
It
don't
might
have a
catch
problem with
their
knife
eye.
crime.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
probably
mean?
Yeah.
The ones that it should be targeting ain't going to bother with it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Probably that. No, yeah. But I also think that, okay, so even if we're not getting the ones that, there obviously needs to be another strategy to get the ones that are into the knife crime.
Right.
But I suppose maybe the people that they might be privy to people or groups that do kind of dabble in knife crime,
Yeah.
they might read it. It might be, because, you know, I think like peer pressure is a massive thing. I mean, I know a lot of it is gang related and all the rest of it. And like, well, I say I know, but I don't. But you know what I mean? From what we understand, we know that a lot of it is peer pressure. So if you have someone that is coming from a position of like, maybe we kind of don't need to do that. I don't know if it's that simple on the street, but you might have a brer that reads this I don't know, story, and something in him clicks. You just don't know. Sometimes it just takes for the smallest thing
Hopefully.
to click and turn someone. So even though on the surface it's like, leave it.
Yeah.
I think I can kind of see where the thought pattern came from, but I just think you've just got to be so sensitive in how you approach things, especially given the fact that we all know that this is targeted mainly at black people. And I think that's the sticking point. If we knew that black and white kids alike, which they do essentially, frequented chicken shops, then we probably wouldn't have so much of an issue if it was understood universally that this is just a place kids go to. But because we know it's mainly black kids, or it's always put to us and pushed to us as this is what black people love chicken. Do you know what I mean? That's why it's a problem.
Definitely.
I know Morley's.
saying?
I know Morley's in Lewisham. They have screens now where they advertise like anti-knife crime campaigns with pictures like.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they do. I remember because about last month I happened to be going past on a bus.
Don't lie, you were going to get some chicken.
Not in them shots, man. But no. But I saw, you know, Poet and Alahan who have that gasworks thing. I saw them advertise. Looked like they bought advertising space. But yeah, well, no. But I'm just saying, like, I think Morley's does kind of push towards a certain demographic with their adverts. But yeah, they've got screens now. I thought, oh, that's new.
Technical.
Yeah, very. So, I mean, I don't mind that. Yeah. What? I was just telling you what I saw.
Can we talk about the episode of Gasworks?
Oh,
Which
we
episode?
did, didn't we? With the African child.
Oh yeah,
We did talk about that. Did you see that? You watched that?
No.
You didn't watch it?
No.
It went
You,
viral.
you have absolutely no intention to either.
I just feel like sometimes when you know somebody is known for
I don't think he's well.
outbursts,
Yeah, he's not well though.
I don't sometimes think you shouldn't take advantage of that person. Do you know what I mean?
That's what
I find things like that a bit cringe. You know that bringing him onto your show is going to have a reaction and he's going to pop off.
Especially,
it's like you're trying to get ratings, perhaps, maybe.
Especially if you're going to start a conversation and then more or less call him an idiot.
Do you know
that
what
was
I mean?
a trigger.
I haven't watched it, but I
Idiot
don't.
was
Yeah,
a trigger.
right.
Yeah.
You're triggering him.
Yeah,
You wanted the reaction. I don't like that, and everyone's commenting and laughing. Like, yeah, now I'm alright.
Because I watched it at first. When I watched it, I thought the interview. I laughed because I was shocked. It was just, oh God, that went left. And then I watched it again. I thought, no, something's not
when
right.
you really deep
It's
things,
not
you're just
well.
like, yeah, and it's not nice.
And I
Like,
felt
what you're
bad
doing
when
isn't nice.
when that Alahan was laughing at him because I thought, no, something's not right with him. You know, our mental illness in our community is a big thing as well. It's quite prevalent. So to me, I just thought, no.
I think he basically admitted it though.
Yeah.
He said himself that he's not.
He might be bipolar or
100%
something.
so.
Might
I suppose it's like exploitation of someone's mental health.
That's what I'm saying. I don't like that.
Do you think
Yeah.
they went in knowing that? I think, well, we all kind of know that he's a bit.
Some people don't understand mental illness
Yeah.
though. They don't recognise it.
Yeah, they just see it as,
Yeah.
wow, this guy's a bit unhinged.
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah,
He's
do you know what I
like-
mean?
he's
Or he's a
annoying.
bit quirky, like, or he's a
Yeah.
bit,
Yeah.
but not. There's a deeper layer to it,
there's
and I just
something else
think,
there.
You've got to be careful.
yeah,
Because it sends a message out to people, other people that might be suffering.
Yeah.
right, and that people think it's funny. You're gonna get laughed at
Yeah.
if you know.
And then it's that whole vicious circle, and all right, I'll keep it to myself because I want to be ridiculed, and then issues become bigger problems, and so
Yeah.
on and so forth. Yeah, it's a mad thing. But issues, Jay-Z. So this whole thing with Jay-Z. So Jay-Z has decided that he's going to team up with the NFL. Well, his company Rock Nation, they've partnered with the NFL to basically enhance, and this is a quote, enhance live game experiences and amplify the league's social justice efforts. Yeah, basically it's a multi-year partnership, and it's going to see Jay-Z look after the halftime acts, the Super Bowl halftime acts.
So does that mean black people are going to get involved again now that Jay-Z?
Well, this is it.
So that kind of defeats the purpose, I feel.
From the comments.
It's a weird one, isn't it? Because obviously you've got the whole... I mean, Jay-Z himself even kind of rapped about the fact that he don't need the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So it's quite a bit of a U-turn.
And apparently encouraged people not to perform last year.
Yeah.
So.
But then again, it's one of them situations, isn't it? It's like, okay...
Didn't Chloe and Halle perform though?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
So yeah, because they're under. Actually, they're
Beyonce.
not. But Beyonce really likes them.
Yeah,
supports them.
This has been on the cards for a while. This isn't new news though. I feel like obviously he must have been in talks for some time. So
yeah,
even
definitely.
probably when he was chatting all that fart,
yeah,
he was probably in talks. But
and now they're saying that he's gonna be. He's now bought a team. It's partnership or something. I don't know. That's TMZ. You can't even listen to them.
Oh my god, no.
And their sources.
Again, I just feel like I'm someone that believes in order to make a change, you kind of have to infiltrate and change from the inside. But at the same time, it's kind of like how you do it. I don't know if it's necessarily a bad thing that he's partnered with them. If he can move them in a direction where people of colour are going to benefit, then perhaps it's not so bad. But
100%.
And maybe turn it around, because obviously they've had some serious bad press since the whole Cape and thing. You know, but people are rinsing Jay-Z, but we've got to remember that this is a business mogul. Like, he's looking at it from a financial perspective, how he's building his legacy and how his bank balance is looking at the end of
it. How do you pronounce his name?
Kaepernick. Is it Kaepernick? I say Kaepernick.
Isn't it Kaepernick?
That's it.
Okay, so
his girlfriend's really going in on Ness, because she's
Nessa.
a presenter. Yeah, she's a presenter on Hot 97. Isn't it? She's if you go on her page,
does Teen Mum.
Yeah,
going back to my trash television.
Okay, the reality TV.
Yeah.
But if you go on her Instagram page, she's because he apparently he can't say anything because he signed a
still in contract.
Yeah, but she's really going. Yeah. She's really going hard.
I quite like that.
Yeah.
Good.
When he can't speak, she speaks.
Yeah.
So how we pronounce it?
Kaepernick.
I couldn't pronounce it. Yeah, that's it.
So why am I saying Kaepernick?
I don't know.
Some people pronounce it
people
differently.
love to fuck up a name. I hate when people say my name wrong.
Same.
Yeah. So I do apologise. But yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it pans out.
Yeah. I'm definitely interested.
I do rate Jay-Z though. You know, he's kind of he's like business, isn't he? He's like...
But he can do no wrong. You just read some of the comments. If it was... I know that a lot of these people who are riding with him now, if it was anyone else who did that, they'd be cussing that person. But because it's Jay-Z, he can do no wrong. He's a genius. It's like, oh, stop. Grown men would probably roll over their own mothers just to smell his cologne.
Oh my... I thought you were going to say something else.
No, I wasn't going to say anything else. No, but people are obsessed with him. Like, he can do no wrong. It's like he's Jesus Christ.
Grim.
Yeah.
They just...
I think it's because he's relatable, isn't it? It's like he's come from the gutter, and now he's on top. It's like people just
they're obsessed with the rise. Yeah, and look where he is now, and he's a billionaire. He's not, but okay, we'll run with that.
He's not a billionaire.
I don't think so.
It's Kylie Jenner.
He is.
I don't think so.
I think Kylie Jenner is.
No, I don't know.
You don't think? Why is it hard to believe?
I just don't think he is. Maybe on liquid, I don't know.
I think on paper he is.
He might be.
Whether he can physically get his hands on $1 billion.
But people don't think about it like this. He's a billionaire. It's like, Jay-Z, I'm not too sure.
Put it this way, he's got a hell of a lot more money than
I'll probably ever have.
Him
and Beyonce together. But I remember he's got Instagram page. Well, it's sort of official. It's called Ain't No Jigger. But the woman, it's a woman that runs it. She's connected. Like they support the page and they give her information because it's really in depth. So there's one about a couple of months ago. She posted something about the house that they're living in Los Angeles. They have a mortgage. Like they're paying $300K a month. I'm thinking, well, if he's a billionaire, why have they got a mortgage?
I think, but with the way mortgages work, it makes more sense to pay.
I don't know. It just everything. Bit there. I just thought, okay. And he's always working.
Yeah,
he's always doing. I don't know.
How much is the house worth?
The house is worth. How much was it? They put in it something like was it 17 mil or something? It's
So
a huge place.
Beyonce could pay that with her eyes.
Exactly.
That's what I'm thinking.
So that's why I'm thinking there's more. There's probably more to the reason why they pay the mortgage.
Yeah, there's probably a reason why.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know. This whole billionaire thing, I don't. But Forbes, people think that's the Bible, but Forbes just guess.
Yeah.
They don't really
Do
know.
they?
They just
Unless they
guess.
have access to their account. of
Yeah,
course,
they don't know, but they just guess.
But well, if he's not a billionaire, he's very close to.
No, they've got a lot of money. They've got more money than me.
Collectively,
Yeah,
definitely,
collectively.
yeah.
But I don't know. Let's just calm down, everyone.
There you go. Let me take another sip of my
calm
water
down.
because no, but
Yeah.
I think he's definitely goals for a lot of people though. And
Oh
so is
yeah, a lot of
Beyonce.
men. These men, they just cream themselves over him. Oh my God, Jay.
I was watching Judge Rinder the other day actually, and there was a guy in there, these two African guys, and they were beefing over the fact that I think one of them was a filmmaker, and he like took his money, he didn't pay him,
Right,
whatever.
right.
And when Judge Rinder was saying to me, you know, who do you aspire to be like? There's someone famous that you aspire to be like, isn't there? And he was like, yes. He was like, who? He said Jay-Z. I was like, oh, it's a bit
Oh
cringe.
God, yeah, it's always
On
Jay.
TV, like, why? Do you know, it's just the way the whole thing was set up. I was like, oh. That's like me saying when I'm young, when I grow up, I want to be like Michelle Obama. You know what I mean? It's like, it felt like that. It was just a bit weird.
It's supposed to be Jay-Z.
On big ITV as well, you know. But yeah, that's how Jay-Z has people. And
That's
Beyonce.
so funny.
Beyonce's got the worst stands, boy. Jesus, you can't chat nothing about
Yeah,
that
let's
yet.
not.
Yeah, it's a bit mad.
You know,
They're a bit insane.
a bit. Crazy,
Like,
crazy,
get a life,
crazy.
you saddos.
But your boy was in the news again, Piers Morgan.
What was he up to?
Been dick.
What was he doing? What did
Because
he
obviously
say?
Meghan and Harry, they went to Ibiza on a private jet.
Oh, I saw that. Is that
And
true?
he decided, he decided, what was it? Oh, saving the world one private jet at a time. And I was like,
Oh, I
Piers,
knew.
get back in your box, because when other royals do this shit, like, you ain't got nothing to say.
Nothing.
He's got beef with her, innit?
He's got proper beef.
They
I think he
went-
wants to dip it.
They went to because before she
What's his problem?
no, but before she started dating Harry, I think they went out. They were at a pub together, and he got on really well with her. And then as soon as she got with Harry, she stopped talking to him.
He wanted peace.
Something like,
He
probably,
wanted peace.
yeah, probably.
He wanted peace. He was going to
I
cheat on
don't
his
He
take
wife.
sounds salty,
seriously.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's very salty.
He was going to cheat on his wife
You think so with Meghan?
with his massive.
He's gonna risk it all.
For
some chocolate.
Oh God! Risk it all. With the
Risk it all for Meghan.
Yeah.
Could you imagine him going at it?
No, I can't.
No.
We don't want to.
Leave
Like a
Piers
sow.
alone.
Is he your friend?
I think
I
he'll.
like
I think
him.
he'll sweat like there's no tomorrow.
Are you
You
serious?
think he'll sweat? I don't know. For some reason, I've always found him funny.
Kate is horrified.
Are you being serious?
Even before he was
I'm
on
actually really
TV.
shocked.
I don't know why. I just find him.
Oh my days, he's vile.
He's vile.
He is.
But he's funny at times.
In the mornings, though, when you watch it, like
He wakes you
yeah,
up.
he just wake you up. It's quite funny.
Ugh, no.
No?
Quite
Pass,
funny.
pass, thank you.
I think I'm the only
Pass.
black person that likes him
I think so. I'm really
for
shocked.
some warped reason. Doesn't like him.
I reckon he secretly fancy it.
I don't fancy Piers Morgan.
Teeth started creasing.
I don't
reckon
fancy
she
Piers
does.
Morgan. I just like
Couldn't hold that in, could you?
He's just so.
We all have our guilty pleasures.
What's yours, Kay?
Like who I fancy or just in life.
Low-key.
Like
Listen,
low-key who I fancy.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
guilty that you would say is a bit embarrassing.
Ooh. I don't know. There is somebody. I can't think right now.
She's gonna leave the room and be like, no, I remember.
No, I'm going to have a think now.
I'm trying to think who would be really dodgy that you'd be like.
Me?
No, I'm just thinking.
Or just like in general?
No, I'm thinking who.
It's all preference, isn't it? Because somebody I might say is like horrendous. You might think is nice.
do you,
So
remember, do you remember Podgy Fingers?
Yeah, but
Podgy
don't tell me.
Fingers.
Would you fancy Podgy?
No, I
Who's
just
that?
remembered him. Don't you
What made
remember
you
him?
say
no.
that?
I just remembered him. He was terrible.
Right, you know what?
Are
I'm
you
gonna leave it a
Googling?
minute.
What? Okay, I need help with this. I need a visual.
You must know who Podgy is. I think he was.
Podgy Figures, that was his
Yeah,
name.
Podgy Figures.
No.
Was he a rapper?
I had him on my I had him on one of my radio shows.
Oh, you did? Yeah. He was he a rapper or was he more grime?
I think
can't
he was
remember.
trying to be grime.
Right.
No, tell her like. Sorry, this is really. I think it was UK hip hop.
Yeah, he was interesting because I used to post him on my.
What made you say that? That was your secret guilty fancy, innit? You just fancy him.
No, I just thought of him when she was talking.
Why
about
did you say that?
Yeah.
Podgy Figures.
You did.
That's
He
what I
tried-
came
What about
remembering him.
you?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm trying to think.
It's hard, isn't it? I've been put on
It
the
is
spot, but I'm sure
hard.
there's bear. My friend said that she likes Ed Sheeran. I was like, really?
Oh no.
You don't like Ed Sheeran?
Fancy.
What do you mean
Sorry,
you don't fancy
fancy.
it?
What do you mean you don't fancy Ed?
No, thank you.
Mm-mm.
It's very talented, but no, thank
Top
you.
urban act on BBC One Extra. You don't fancy him?
No, I'm alright.
Oh, dear.
I want to know why you said Podgy Figures.
I don't even know myself.
He had a
Just
track out, I
thinking of
think, a couple of years ago on.
Podgy. Do you remember- yeah, he had another song out, and
They
it was
put it
actually
on-
alright. It wasn't. Was it?
They put it on.
It was better than his earlier stuff. I I remember that.
Some of the comments on
I've
the
got
YouTube
one.
videos. Go on.
Eminem.
Do you fancy him?
Oh, do you fancy him?
Back
I
in
think he's
in
got a
school.
chisel
Back in the day, he was
In school, I
These
used
days.
to obsess. All my books were covered in him.
I think because he was like, okay, he was, well, number
he was
one.
attractive back when he was younger.
I
He
think he's
was a-
all right
he was a
now
naughty
still.
boy. Do you think?
It's
No, okay, come on.
strange.
I think he's all
Man's
right.
face
You looked
he
at him.
looks like a shield.
Yeah, have you
shield?
looked
Like
at
his
him?
face, it's got like a plastic face.
It's like he's had Botox, so I don't know what, but something's different.
Have you not seen him recently?
Not
Yeah.
recently.
It's all kind of chiseling. When I say a shield, you know, like
Yeah.
shields have those kind of angles and contours.
Like that guy on Red Dwarf.
Yes,
That guy
yes.
on Red Dwarf.
Oh my god, that's so cruel. Why would you say
And you're
that
going,
there?
yes! Oh, but
But
that's,
He
yeah,
did.
but
He
it's
was like,
cruel.
yes, yeah.
that's the one. Oh, you're not bad.
Innit?
bad.
What the hell?
Yeah, but yeah, kind of like that. But I don't know if it's because he's lost weight, because he looks very
No, I think
slim.
he's had surgery. I
I
think he's
think,
had
yeah.
like, some non-invasive
Something done,
surgery, like fillers and stuff.
Yeah, he looks
Definitely.
really bad. I remember Joe Budden said he's gone on TV with too much makeup on. Some made some comment about the amount
Joe
of
needs to
makeup
just-
he had on his face.
Joe needs to
He did
stop.
have a lot of makeup on his face. So.
Yeah.
Joe
He had his
Budden.
eyebrows
Joe
were
Budden's
fleeky.
horrible. Yeah, they were
Horrible in what sense?
Joe Budden.
No, I love Joe Budden. I was just being.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's
not
very
very
funny. I
Joe
love
Budden,
Joe.
Joe Budden, Nas, 50.
Yeah.
Who else?
Sometimes,
She's all married to them all apparently.
but not 50
Oh.
sometimes.
50 sometimes.
Yeah,
When he's behaving himself.
yeah. When he's sometimes he
He's
goes
on the naughty
too
step
far.
today then.
No, he's been all right today. He's been all right.
Okay, what about Nas? So who was in the bed last night? Was it Nas, 50?
It was Nas.
Okay. Nas seems to make it in the bed.
We
like
don't
Nas.
like to talk about our relationship.
Yeah, you keep
We're
saying
very
but
private
I like
people.
To, I like
Okay.
to,
Do you think?
I like to talk about it.
Oh, I'd love to meet him. But
Who
Kay will
knows?
probably meet him before I do.
Who knows?
She's probably
Yeah,
jealous.
yeah.
She's like, that fucking Kay.
Do you know who I actually
My
met?
husband.
Who did you
Who
meet?
and he's one of my top 3. Common.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Common is
wow.
alright. I've
He's
seen him
actually
live.
delicious, and he's so
Really?
nice. Yeah. I was like, yeah.
Somebody called him community penis because he gets around.
Oh, I
Yeah.
hope not.
Yeah, I remember saying
You
community
just
penis.
proper took a pin and went pop on my bubble.
Because he gets around because he's always with different women,
When
celebrity
he's with your
women.
favourite, Serena.
I respect that.
Yeah, I remember
That gives me
with
hope
Serena.
when they date her.
Gives everyone hope.
Hold on.
No, I don't think
Why
she's
does that give
horrible.
you hope?
I don't think
'Cause
she's
she's
horrible. She's just normal.
Yeah.
She looks normal.
Yeah.
Jan, don't.
Yeah, she does. No, I agree. She looks
No,
normal.
Jan, no.
What?
No,
I
you
like
don't think she
Serena.
looks normal.
I love
The
Serena.
only, no, it's just that I just don't think they take the best photographs of her. She's not styled very well.
Do I have to go into my DMs?
God, don't
do,
you
I,
dare.
do I have to draw from my phone, Jan? Oh, she just takes one picture. Okay, let's have a look. No, but I hear what you're saying.
Yeah,
though.
but-
Yeah,
yeah, she's
again,
nice
it's about
looking.
preference, isn't it? Some
Yeah.
people you just don't think look good. That's your opinion. But Common, I've never really
Oh,
looked
he's
at him
beautiful.
like
He's
that.
got
No, Common's quite
freckles,
nice.
got muscles. He has dimples, beautiful smile.
He might see
I need to
this.
stop.
You don't know.
It's a
'cause
bit weird.
He travels here a lot, Kay. You need to put yourself in a
Hello.
position where. Because Kay's
I
been
don't
on
want,
TV.
but the thing is, I don't want Kate to have to deal with community dick.
Oh, I really don't.
I think
I
He's a
don't
nice
want
guy. He
to.
just gets around a bit.
I think she's better than that.
No, but he's a nice
I would
guy.
like
You
to
could
think
have him
so.
on speed dial and just maybe use him.
I'm happy with that. Call me.
Yeah, just use him to your advantage.
Have you met anyone else?
I've met Drake.
Oh, what was
Oh,
he
you
like?
love Drake,
I like
yeah.
Drake.
I love
like
him.
Drake.
I'm gonna hold it down right now. It was great.
She stands for Drake, boy.
Yeah, I like Drake.
Yes, I love me some Drake. Since
Drake-
the beginning, can I just say? Not before every
Yeah,
other
no, I
girl
liked
jumped on
from
him.
early.
But the thing is with Drake, I feel like he's I don't know if he just does this on purpose, but he comes across quite soft.
Because he sings.
No, it's not even that because he sings. I just think there's something about him. Don't get me wrong, I'm not dissing him. I'm just like, and there's actually nothing wrong with that. But he kind of breaks the mold of what I guess a stereotypical
Rapper.
like
Rapper
rapper should
should
be.
be.
Which
Normal.
maybe that's probably
He
what.
behaves like a normal human being.
But-
I don't know if you can call it normal.
Yeah,
But
well,
his,
well, no,
although he does hip hop, he's not exactly a gangster rapper.
No,
do you
he's
know what I mean?
definitely
So
not. But he comes across that, and I've said this before, where he strikes me as the kind of guy that he'd be the emotional one in the relationship.
oh no.
But people have
Yeah.
treated him pretty badly in hip hop. Like, I've heard of incidents where Diddy turned up to a club and hit him. It was over a
What
record.
the hell?
One of T.I.'s friends, some guy who just come out of prison, weed on him. Like, people have
Oh
literally
no,
tried
that's
to
out of
humiliate
order.
him.
That's out of order.
That allegedly happened. But then people
Why?
were laughing about it. It's like, how is this funny?
That's not funny.
Like,
That's not funny
Yeah.
at all.
it's like certain things have happened. Like, people have really tried to take the piss out of him, and he's just got stronger and stronger in the game.
Oh
and
no,
now,
no, I don't like that.
Yeah,
I don't like him things like
earlier
that.
on,
There's no need for that show.
there's this idea that he's soft. It's just like,
But this
and
is
from
the thing.
Canada.
This is no. I don't. You see, I don't think it's that. I think again, it's probably just the way we're kind of set up to see certain artists and how
a lot
they
of these
should behave.
rappers, yeah.
Maybe that's what makes him so endearing to a lot of people. Actually,
Especially to women, yes.
oh yeah. But there was always been kind of like this little rumor that maybe he doesn't like women as much as. Sorry, Kay.
Don't
Kay,
you
sorry,
dare.
damn,
Kay.
she's like, didn't.
I'm like, what the hell? What? Don't you even slander my bae.
Put that out there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, it's just rumors, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you hear on the grapevine.
But he always says that people always say all sorts about him. Like they're trying to bring him down.
People
like
will though,
even,
when you're that famous.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Kind of comes with the territory.
Especially in
right?
hip hop, it's very competitive. The man at the top, they will always try to drag down. There has to be a replacement.
Yeah.
So it's always very
Definitely,
competitive.
it's kind of like that king queen
Yeah.
kind of thing. Like you've always got to jump over. Yeah, whatever.
You've had your run.
Yeah,
now we need
now
someone
move
new.
over.
Yeah, move
It's the same
on.
thing with females in hip hop, like the whole
Yeah.
Nicki,
Oh,
the whole
God.
Nicki Minaj, and it's just like even down to the fact that what's her name, Megan the Stallion is now one of the hottest things. Like they're trying to make it look like her and Nicki have got beef,
Yeah,
and it's like they haven't.
They haven't. It's just weird. Like they're obsessed with Nicki Minaj. I just
Yeah.
don't like her.
Yeah, I do feel sorry for
You
Nicki.
keep comparing her with a rapper who's still learning how to rap. That's Cardi. You know what I mean? Come on, man.
Ouch.
She's still learning.
You like Cardi, don't you?
No.
You
No.
like Cardi.
She aight,
Oh,
but don't.
oh,
yeah.
yeah, no.
No.
Yeah.
It's like whenever I just like, come on, you can't compare those two. Come on, you can't compare a lyricist
You gonna
to
do
someone.
what to
Yeah,
if you wanted to.
he's still in the studio being like, say this, Cardi. No, say it that way.
Cardi, we're gonna start again.
We're starting again. 100th take. Starting again.
Oh, what is this the point where I just skin out my pussy?
What,
oh,
what
no,
does,
no, no.
What
no,
does
we're
that
gonna do-
say? What does that say?
Well,
She's
you
not
can't say she
writing
can't
it.
read.
Oh,
no,
no.
but you know,
Judge
someone's
and say
like,
she's
you're reading
illiterate.
someone else's handwriting because they're writing your lyrics.
That's
Awkward.
hilarious.
What does that say?
That is hilarious. Cardi B.
Cardi V.
She's been quiet for a minute though.
Thank God. Although she's now what's she doing? Interviewing
She's interviewing people.
presidential candidates.
Anyway,
Did
so-
you see it?
no, I didn't see it. I don't
Yeah,
think I
when
want
you-
to.
Oh God.
Is she still doing
With
that voice?
Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, Bernie Sanders. Did you see
Yeah,
that?
I saw
Yeah.
some of
It's
it.
like, really? Are you?
I didn't see that.
Are you like that desperate?
Is she talking like properly or?
She sounds the same, but she's asking him questions about his plans. And it's like, Bernie,
Oh wow.
why are you talking
So
to Cardi
Bernie,
B?
what have you planned to do? What are you gonna do for the people?
No, that's how she sounds. That's exactly how she
Because
sounds.
what we want to know in the hood now is that if you're gonna be down for people, you gotta do what we want, you know. Oh,
That is exactly
is
how
that
she
the
sounds.
representation
Yes.
of people?
When you
That's
finish
quite
it,
good.
Yeah, that's really good.
Leave it.
Yeah,
And
you
people
leave
love it. 'Cause, you know, she's real. You know, Cardi's real.
You know, I got my daughter Kocha at home. She's gonna grow up in this, man. And you know, the thing is, I think with Cardi, she's a caricature, isn't she? And that's why I asked, is she still talking like
That's
that?
what
Because I
Azalea
feel like
said,
it's
caricature.
She is. Like, I don't think she talks like that at home.
I
Probably
think that
not.
no, because Love and Hip Hop Days, that's who
That's
she
how-
is.
Yeah,
And I think that's
so.
what people find
Even before
so
that,
endearing.
Yeah.
That she's
I
just
never
there's
found
no
that endearing.
pretense. Like, yeah, she's just ratchet.
Yeah, but there's ratchet and then there's that.
Yeah.
You know, let me not even, because I'm not able for Cardi to come for me. You know.
I just want
Yeah,
more
'cause she
Nicki.
will.
I just
'Cause she
I
don't
just want to hear
care.
more Nicki.
Nicki,
more
did
screaming.
you notice that Nicki, when she was, especially when she was chatting to Joe,
Yeah.
that whole Brooklyn thing kind of died a bit of a death.
Sometimes it goes.
She sounded very.
But she's from Queens.
She's from
not very-
Queens, but
yeah.
you know, like she kind of had that really strong kind of lilt,
Yeah.
but it's definitely toned down.
Yeah, she tones it though. That's
She
what
sounds-
she's theatrical. She's very
Yeah.
funny. I think people take her seriously.
and it's the
a lot.
eyes as well. It's,
Yeah. When she was there shouting, she's doing that on purpose,
Yeah.
and she's laughing at the same time. Poor Rory.
it's when she said to Rory, "You can't tell me." And then Rory was like, he was trying to get into the conversation, and she was just not
That's what
having
she's
any of
doing.
it.
It's your privilege. It's your
You
privilege.
can't talk to me with your privilege.
Laughing at her.
And Joe was like, "Let him speak, man." I was like,
Yeah, he was loving it as well.
yeah, Joe loves it.
He loves it.
Joe is the original troll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he usually gets the abuse, so he
In
lets
it,
the other
so
people
you
get
got,
abuse.
She's got the other foot today.
Yeah.
It's not my
Yeah.
turn. But so Love Island finished a little while ago,
Yes.
and I think one of the guys, I think Anton,
Yeah.
unfollowed. Was it Molly May?
I didn't watch Love Island, so you're gonna have to really fill me
Okay,
in.
so
really.
basically Molly May and Tommy, you must have seen Tommy Fury was in there.
Tyson Fury's brother.
So basically they were runners
Really?
up. So,
Go on.
in a nutshell, my point isn't even about Love Island. It's just the fact that Anton, I think his management followed all the contestants on his behalf on his Instagram page. But when he came out, he unfollowed some of the people that he didn't think were his friends. Molly May was one of them. So there's this big thing about why did he unfollow her? And it's like, well, why not? Because he said that he didn't see her as a friend. And it was his management that kind of followed her.
The fact that he has to justify who he follows and unfollows on his account
is a problem.
Is ridiculous. So I'm not even explaining myself to anybody.
But this made me think, like, it's really, really interesting. We live in a time where people take shit like this so personally. And it made me wonder, would I be offended if a friend unfollowed me? If a friend, someone that I regard as a friend, unfollowed me, then I'd be like, okay, well, what did I do? That would probably bother me.
I think social media and following and unfollowing to a certain degree is personal.
Yeah.
Because it's
personal decision.
Yeah, and it's an extension of the relationship you may or may not have with that person. So if somebody unfollows me, they've gone out their way to unfollow me. So it's a personal decision, and it is personal to me.
Absolutely.
So I get it.
But if it was just someone that maybe you just know, or you might have met maybe 1 or 2 times, I mean, we've all unfollowed people. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
We've all unfollowed people. We've all been unfollowed. There you go. I think if it were a friend, someone you regard as a friend, I would never unfollow a friend.
No.
But some people say that, their timeline, they want to see certain things on their timeline. And sometimes friends aren't always talking what they're... For example, I blog about sex. So I might be putting stuff about sex on my blog. Some people might not like that.
They can mute it then.
This is what I was about to say. So if a friend of mine unfollowed me, I'd be a bit shocked.
Yeah.
But if they came to me and said, Cheryl, you know what? Some of the stuff that you put on, I don't really like. So for whatever the reason is, and they decided to mute me, I could accept that. That's fine.
Yeah.
But that's also different because they've had a conversation with you about it.
But this is what I was going to say. So is it the fact that people don't... Is it just when someone just is like, okay, I'm going to unfollow you? Is it the fact that we feel like, how dare they unfollow us? Or is it a numbers game? Like, what is the problem?
I think if it's a friend, there's definitely an issue, a wider issue. Because if you've got a relationship with that person and they haven't had a conversation with you prior to them unfollowing you, then there might be an issue.
But I mean, even like just people that follow you.
Oh, random people, nobody cares.
Yeah.
But But to be fair, sometimes the friends don't even realise they've unfollowed. Yeah, sometimes it can.
But sometimes. And also, sometimes
That's
these social media platforms just unfollow people.
They do.
You don't interact with for time. Because I've gone back and I'm looking for them. I'm like, what the fuck? When I found them, I'm like, how come I'm not following them again? That's really annoying.
It is really annoying.
Them. Yeah.
That's happened a few times.
I don't know how that works. That's unfair. But it's just that whole conversation just made me think, because it is a conversation that a lot of us have had. And I know you and I have had this, and you and I have had this conversation about unfollowing people or being unfollowed and stuff like that. And it's just interesting because, like, what are the rules around it? If someone decides to unfollow someone that they're not entirely tight with, fuck it, really.
Right. But you do, I'm not going to lie, you do wonder.
You wonder, yeah.
Why they did that. And then you leave it a couple of weeks and then you unfollow them.
Oh, no, not me. If you unfollow, I'll unfollow you straight away. If I clock it.
You clock it.
Because, as we've said before, we ain't fans.
No, we're not. It's not your fan club.
So if we're following each other mutually, that's one thing. But don't think I'm going to be followed. Unless I am literally a fan of your stuff. Or I really want to see your stuff. We all follow people that we're not really feeling what they do, but because you know them.
Yeah, exactly.
You feel a slight obligation, isn't it?
Not always, but yeah.
Social media is weird.
Social media is crazy. People act
kind of crazy shit.
People be dressing up like cartoon characters and shit. People just be
doing the most.
Doing the most.
You know what the best one is? Is the delete and repost. Oh, I don't think y'all saw this enough.
So I'll repost.
People actually written that caption. I don't think you've seen that enough. I've seen
it.
people delete and repost. I think that's really cringe.
Yes, I've seen that a few times. Yes. Yeah, some people, they do this thing where they delete it and say, oh, I'm reposting in case you missed it. Haven't you seen that?
I've never seen that.
Yes.
Have you seen that?
Thank God nobody has been that sad on my timeline. That's a bit too much.
Volunteering information that people don't necessarily need to know.
A lot of people don't need to. A lot of people don't.
So do we need to know that?
You know.
Social media is funny.
It is entertaining.
Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram is. But there'll be a new platform soon, like Instagram, and that will die, and then they'll create something.
Yeah, there
else.
will. There'll be a new phase.
There'll just be more
New fad.
madness.
I think it's really interesting though because the whole, again, we spoke about this before, but the whole like hiding of likes, that's going to change up the game.
Oh, do you think that's all gonna? They're slowly rolling
I
that
think
out,
it's
aren't
gonna
they?
happen.
Yeah.
Because it's more from a mental health awareness
Yeah.
perspective, isn't it? Because people get obsessed with
how
the likes.
crazy is that though? Excuse the pun.
You have to.
That a social media platform now has to come up with a strategy to help people
Yeah.
control their consumption and kind of control how they view and digest their platform. I think that's crazy.
It is mad. It is
And
mad.
that says a lot about us as humans
Yeah.
and how we are taking this in
Yeah.
and consuming this product.
And how
Because it's just a
seriously we
product.
take it all,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, like relax.
It's 100% a product.
When you really deep it, it's just like, wow.
What's going on?
Mm.
This is the thing. But again, it's something to do because before it was obviously like MySpace.
Yeah.
The obsession with MySpace was ridiculous.
Big up Tom.
Yeah,
Tom.
man.
Tom's still
sold
about,
up.
you know?
Is Tom still
Yeah,
about?
he's still about. He's
Okay.
traveling and just enjoying
Doing
his
Big
his
up
money.
thing.
Tom.
And now it's this. But
I need to create an app.
Innit?
That's what we should all be doing.
Mm.
yeah, it's got to be worth it though.
It's gotta
There's so
be
many
worth-
bullshit apps out there. It's
Yeah.
like, what?
Oh my gosh, too many.
The app store's full
Especially
of
the dating ones. Yeah.
Oh my god.
them. What do y'all know?
Mm-hmm. Crap.
What is it?
What do you mean, Bumble?
Plenty of fish.
I'm not
Plenty
even
of
gonna name
fish.
names, but they're all shit.
Are you on any, John?
I'm not on any, but you never know.
Mm.
Have you tried them?
Yeah.
What do you think? Did
Okay,
you,
so what
did
you
you go
talking
on
about?
dates?
Girls.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Did you go on any dates? Did you meet anyone worth? Did you make any friends?
Tinder Queen. No, you're not joking.
Can you
I'm
imagine?
joking.
Tinder.
No.
On Plenty
That
of Fish when I was
joke.
younger.
Yeah.
That's just an extension.
I've
of
made a
Facebook,
guy.
isn't
I've
it?
made a friend with a guy. He's on my
Okay.
Facebook and my Insta, and we're cool.
Oh, that's good.
Why am I saying Plenty of Fish is an extension of Facebook? What's that one that Facebook did? There was a woman
Did
in my
Facebook do
work
one?
that it was
Really?
connected to Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God,
Oh, is that
what's it
why my
called?
DMs people think that it's Tinder? What the hell? I'm just wondering. That makes sense now.
Mm.
Some of the stupid random
alright.
shit I
Some
get in my
randomness.
DMs.
Maybe.
I was telling
She's
Jan the other
done-
day, someone jumped in my DM and said, "Can we masturbate together?"
Whoa, whoa,
And
whoa,
I was
whoa,
just
whoa.
like-
Oh my god.
I
See
think I'm
what
gonna
that
post
man-
up on my story actually.
Yeah. Maybe.
I'm gonna start exposing people. I think because again, when you talk about certain things,
Yeah.
people think that it's an open book. No,
yeah. They can just send
That's
you all kinds
Mad.
of. filth.
Yeah,
What,
exactly.
what was your like
I
reaction
didn't
when
say
you saw
anything.
it?
I just laughed and closed it because I thought I'm not going to respond, but I'm going to make you see that I've seen it,
Yeah.
and then I want you to think real fast because if you've got any sense, you'll delete that message.
I've had two on Instagram who've asked to be my sugar daddy, and I was like, "Is this real?"
You should say yeah, okay.
Oh, absolutely not.
Can I give you my bank details?
They're
Set up a
good looking.
PayPal account.
No.
See, that's the thing. They're never good looking.
Set up a PayPal account. Get them to transfer money. That'll tell you if they're
Somebody else said, "Can I buy you sliders?"
what.
What?
I swear to you.
Well, from the time they're buying used knickers on eBay,
Used knickers.
yeah, used knickers, socks,
That's a fetish.
sweaty bras, yeah.
It's a fetish.
Is
I
there a
think we've
market
got
I
a
need to tap
business
into?
idea.
Like,
There's a
I was gonna say,
market.
yeah.
we both just looked at each
Look,
other. That's
like,
really
shall
bad.
we? Let's
Yeah.
sell
We've
it.
had
Oh,
influence.
God.
It's like,
Yeah. Run around the block a couple of times and sell your baggie. How much we got for these?
That is
Oh,
so
quid.
disgusting.
some fresh.
Say 10 quid.
Some freshly soiled.
10 quid. For
Oh, 10 quid.
Panty. Each panty.
Fresh with a doo-doo stay. I'm joking.
But you know there's a fetish
That
for
was a-
that as
oh,
well.
yeah, oh God, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
fetish.
Oh my
anything
God.
to do with poo and sex is
Yeah,
not on.
it's always.
It really isn't.
No, it's just not acceptable.
Oh, God.
Not acceptable behaviour at all.
So no to dating apps then.
Yeah, for now, I
For
think
now.
I'm taking a little break from it.
Sabbatical.
Yeah.
Are they all crap though? You mean say there's none of, what about Tinder? Wasn't Tinder the main one that was?
Tinder is horrendous. Tinder
Tinder's
is for
just like a fuck
hookups.
fest.
Yeah, that's for hookups.
I know Plenty of Fish. I've heard stories about that.
Oh,
It's just
absolutely,
men
because
on
that's free.
there who
So
are just
you got riff raff. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything that's free, you're gonna get the bloody dregs of society on there. trying to-
Basically.
dregs.
just fucking,
The dregs.
just scattergun approach to
Yeah.
everything. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Now I'll just try it with everybody,
Mm.
and hopefully I'll get through.
Exactly. So, yeah, no.
Despicable.
Bumble, there wasn't many guys that I fancied on there.
But, yeah.
I think it depends on your area and who's
Mm.
active and who's using it. Maybe if I went to South,
You might be able to.
You
pick up
might, yeah. You might
stand in
shout
Brixton
out.
Market,
Innit?
swiping.
Any nice around here? Okay, let's
Brixton
has changed.
Let's travel up to Hackney. What is the name of that app that's connected to Facebook? There is one. I remember because this girl at work, she used to always talk about it and tell me about the guys that she met on there, and I used to rinse her because she used to bring them to her house and shit like that.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's dangerous.
What is
Very
it called?
dangerous.
As soon as I leave here, I'll remember. But this is the thing. I think like with dating apps, you've got to be careful as well because people say, "Oh, but it's like meeting someone in a." No, it's not really because number one, when you meet someone on the road, you can see what you're dealing with sort of straight off. And I think there's a lot to be said for instinct. When you're meeting someone online, it could be anybody. So you're going to meet them. You might even be meeting the person that you think you're meeting.
Yeah,
so
that is true.
people need to be careful. And this whole let's just draw someone back to my yard from Tinder.
That's crazy.
Is a madness.
You know, at least maybe a hotel, but you want them to know where you live.
Yeah, nah.
That's mad.
And then when they turn
crazy.
psycho on you, they got your address.
Yeah,
You've got to be very careful.
people are so stupid.
People are sick as well. As
Yeah.
in, like, you don't know what... People are proper tapped.
Yeah. If you're gonna do all that, like book up Premier Inn somewhere. There's one in Lewisham.
All the way to Lewisham, you know. There's one in every city.
There's one
I
in
was about to
town.
say,
The one
yeah.
in Lewisham's new though. That's got a new one.
So
Yeah.
where we come from, there's lots of nice
There's
hotels.
lots of one.
We've got quality, not just one Premier in
One
Lewisham.
Premier Inn.
We've got class, honey, class.
You got Travel Lodge.
Oh, God, yeah. That's probably the lowest class there is in our area.
Oh, yeah.
But
One of them anyway. Just book one. Don't
just
bring man to your
no,
house.
for real. I think a hotel rendezvous is always a good look anyway.
Yeah, hotel rendezvous.
But Grindr, I find that really interesting that a few guys that I've spoken to, and actually one of the guys that was on one of the podcasts I did,
Yeah.
like he opened up his Grindr and he was just like showing me some of the people on the app. If you see some of these bres, like, because we were in Grove at the time, and he was like, look at these guys. Like, you'd walk past them on the road and they just look like regular roadmen. I'm not trying to say there's a specific look, but you just would not expect them to be on Grindr, like looking for like random hookups, gay hookups. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, people do what they got to do, and I have no issue whatsoever with your persuasion. But it's like people are just doing anything now. Do you know what I mean? Like most of these guys probably live straight lives.
Yeah.
Straight lives. You know what I mean?
That's that.
But then they'll have gay sex, low key. And that's what apps have allowed people to. Apps have allowed people to kind of indulge in the perverse
And to hide as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they're living a straight lifestyle. Well,
I mean, I kind of want to say like be who you are, but then unfortunately, I still think the way society is set up, you can't. A lot of people can't be.
Unfortunately, yeah, you can't.
A lot of people cannot be, especially like your average black man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, if you're coming from a certain culture.
Yeah. You're told you need to be a certain way, and I actually think it's a shame.
Yeah,
really,
it is.
because that's when you get a lot of fakery.
And it can be destructive. You know, these people pretending that they're straight and they marry a woman and then they have kids, and then later on down the line, that wife finds out.
Yeah,
that
they've been having
it's all
gay
a
sex.
lie.
Because how do you compete with a dick? Like, if you're a woman, how do you compete with that your man wants dick? You can't. If he's cheating on you with another woman, it's like, okay, well, it's still bad, but it's like, maybe we can work something here. But if he's cheated on you with a man, that's a whole different something that he's working with that you cannot fulfill.
Yeah.
No amount of strap-on's going to do that.
I knew we were getting to that.
I was waiting for that.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm so predictable, aren't I? I'm so predictable. But no, like, that's on a serious level now. I find that quite disturbing.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I
Yeah,
don't know
it's
what to
very
do.
sorry. It's just destructive. You just want people to be honest, but sometimes
If
it's
you
not
were
that-
honest about it, if you said to me like you're bisexual, then you
Yeah.
kind of know that that's
Right.
what it is. Like we know what
Absolutely.
we're
But
working
like,
with.
you've at least given me a choice to
Yeah.
decide where
If I
where
want to
we
move
go
with this, yeah.
from there. But when you're not given a choice, it's
But is it the same like the other way around? Because I wonder if guys would be that taken aback if they found their woman like women.
they want to join in.
Yeah.
Not all guys do, you know. And also you've got to consider the fact that it's not just about the sex side of it; it's the deception, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe that would bother them. But
If she's creeping with another gal, all right, he might say, "Yeah, I want peace," but like she ain't bringing you in, so you're still vexed.
yeah,
True.
you'd still be vexed, but the vexation won't be as bad
As
as it is for a man.
Why do you
For
think that
another
is?
man. Maybe they don't take it seriously when it's with another woman. It's not
Perhaps.
taken
they should.
seriously enough.
Absolutely.
So
Or do we think it takes more for a man to have sex with another man than it is for a woman to have sex with another woman?
Perhaps, but I think society in general just accepts lesbians.
Yeah, they're not seen
more
as a threat.
threat
That's seen
or-
as sexy and fun.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
I don't think lesbians appreciate that. But
Yeah, it's
unfortunately,
not
that's
good.
They don't,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. But that's how it is deemed in
Yeah.
society. Whereas,
There's often like number one male fantasy and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Although
as
having
well.
said that, another top male fantasy is having sex with another man.
That's there's that as well. But that's more kept undercover.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is what I'm saying. It's like, what are we
That's
doing?
not
I feel like,
celebrated.
no, it's true. I don't know how we got here on this subject,
Yeah.
but Dean, if you found out your
always
girl was
goes
cheating on
left.
you with a woman, would you be would you be vexed? You would be. Same. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you want to join in? No. I guess if you. Right, I was going to say, you need to
Yeah.
kind of know from the get-go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
If we're going to do like a freeway, like, let's just work this together. Like, don't just try and spring it on me.
Mm.
What about people that are polyamorous then? Like, would you ever find yourself in a relationship with more than one person?
No,
can't
that
see
just
it.
sounds like headache.
No, it just sounds a bit much.
Stress.
It's a bit complicated, isn't it?
What was that? Does that mean like time's up, get out? Kind of thing?
Potentially.
Yeah. A lot of people are polyamorous though. There seems to be more and more people
That
that
seems
are
to be a thing.
the wave. Like, let's have more than one partner.
I think society has made it that way though.
But
Things
usually-
like Love Island. This is why I can't
Yeah.
bear Love Island because I feel like it's so destructive to society and the young generation because it just sends a message out that people are disposable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, I'm done with her, so I'm going to go with her now.
And I get rewarded later with 50
Yeah.
grand. Was it 50 grand they
Yeah.
won?
50 grand, yeah.
50 grand, yeah.
And then the reasons for them getting rid of that person
Yeah.
and that person, it just
Is wrong.
can really destroy people's self-esteem as well and their confidence. I just hate that show.
Yeah, you're right, actually.
I'm not a massive fan, to be honest, but I did watch it
I dip
here
in
and
and
there.
out.
I wasn't in every night watching
Yeah,
it,
no.
but I
People take it
caught a few-
really seriously
Yeah.
and it does get massive views.
It's the new Big Brother. Like, nobody cares about Big Brother anymore. That show now,
Yeah,
it's like,
definitely.
yeah.
definitely.
But I
It's
just
the
think, yeah,
one.
the youngsters are following suit. So, yeah,
they love it.
apps do make it easy. Like, they hook up on Snapchat and Insta.
But I don't know. There seems to be this kind of school of thought that humans, we're monogamous by
Nature.
force. No, by nature, we're supposed to be polyamorous.
Oh, right.
Because we can look at the mere fact that we can look at another and say, that person looks good, or I wouldn't mind jumping in, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? And still have someone and be serious about that person suggests. I'm not saying this is what I advocate for, but suggests that we have the ability to be able to do that. And it's only because society says that you should be with one person that's now become a moral positioning rather than
Right.
something that we do as natural. Our natural instinct would be to have more than one partner, apparently.
But men tend to benefit from that whole setup.
Yeah.
They're the ones
Again,
that
I
can
think-
have-
And in some
yeah.
cultures, that's the case anyway.
Yeah.
So
So it's like
Women
they've
don't.
allowed the polyamory to work for men.
but it can't work for
well,
us.
women are
Exactly.
suppressed in some cultures, but
Yeah.
because I'm not being funny, but if it's good enough for men, it's good enough for women.
exactly. But
Don't
yeah,
get me started.
no. You look proper upset about it.
when you really think about
When
it,
you
like,
think
You
about
look
it,
proper
yeah.
upset.
how the fuck can a man be allowed to have however many wives and a woman's got to sit down there and wait her turn?
I know.
Are you dumb? Wait her turn for who?
Wait, is it
Okay.
your night? Your night
While
is
you fuck her,
Thursday.
I'm gonna go and fuck him.
Yeah.
That's how it's working
That's how
around
it
here.
sometimes works. Yeah.
It can't work like any other way in my eyes. If we're gonna be monogamous, we'd be monogamous together.
Yeah.
If you're gonna fuck somebody else, then let's both just do that. I'll meet you later. Do you know what I'm saying? I just don't. What's good for the goose is good for the gander, mate.
They
Do you know what I mean? Things like, all right, sure. All right, so before we wrap up, I just want to big up Stormzy. Jan, stop!
I know, I'm waiting for you to talk. I was just looking.
Dean, did you see that?
I didn't do anything.
Okay, the camera don't lie, Jan.
What did you do?
I just looked. She said Stormzy. I just looked. I'm waiting for the rest of it because I'm thinking, what did he do?
It's the way she protests after that. I didn't do anything, missus. Honestly, miss, I was a good girl. It wasn't me that threw the rubber from the back of the glass. I promise.
But what did he do? I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Kate's just like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, because I didn't see what she did.
I was
No,
looking,
her
I just
eyes
looked
were
over
like-
there.
Oh, did she
like-
roll to the back of the
Yeah,
head?
it was like they nearly fell out of your
I
face.
didn't
this
roll.
time.
I just looked. But what did he do?
Dean witnessed what I saw.
Oh, but I love Stormzy.
And I'm
He's-
so
he's a
glad
nice
that we
guy.
had Dean's eyes because I thought it was just me like making shit up.
He's
Do you know
a
what I
nice
mean?
guy.
Stormzy is a good guy.
No,
yeah.
he's got a nice spirit.
I think he's great for the culture.
Mm.
I think he's amazing for the culture, and I just wanted to like just big him up because obviously he's given another 2 students.
Okay.
You know, he's financing another 2 students at Cambridge. Is it Cambridge or Oxford?
It's
or both? One of
Cambridge.
the
I think
two.
it's
Cambridge.
Cambridge.
But financing them, and I think that's great.
So where are these students from?
They're black.
Oh, right, still, because I remember the first time when he did that, people were complaining and saying
Well, they
that.
would complain.
I just wondered if he folded, but go on.
No, it's called the Stormzy
Okay.
Scholarship.
Oh, right, okay. That's
And
good.
it puts 2 black students through Cambridge,
Okay.
fully funded but
Okay.
anonymous, so that they can have the
Oh, right,
best
that's good.
student experience, which
That's
I think
good.
is great.
No, that's well done to him. That's really good.
You know, and I just wanted to say that.
Well done, Stormzy.
Big up Stormzy.
Definitely.
I want to publish a book on Murky Books, but we can talk about that later.
Give that to him.
Yeah, no, I think that's another amazing.
Yeah,
thing
it
that
is
he's
actually.
doing
I
as
forgot
well.
about that. His
Yeah.
publisher.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he's really great for the culture.
Yeah.
He's a young black guy. He's doing positive things.
Yeah.
And he's not doing it in like a wimpish way. He's doing it like, you know what I mean? Like
Mm.
proper.
Yeah.
Like you can't say, oh, he's wet or nothing like that. You just have to respect the grind.
Yeah. That's true.
And I love that.
That's very true.
Why
Well
are you looking
done,
at her like
Stormzy.
that? What? I can't see you, Jan. What are
No,
you doing?
I said well done. Well done,
Okay.
Stormzy.
She's looking, she's giving you the eye. Like,
I'm thinking
oh.
about his
Just waiting.
public. It's
I thought you were going to
funny.
say you're thinking about his wife,
Who's his wife? Oh yeah.
your favourite.
Yeah.
See, you know what? I'm like this, innit? I'm baiting.
You're
her now.
baiting.
All right, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you're
stop.
being a bit Joe right now. Joe
She
B.
loves Maya. She loves Maya Jama.
She might be hosting. Well, I don't know, but they reckon that she'll be the next host for Love Island next year. So,
Okay, good for
so
her.
tune in.
No, I won't be. But good for her.
So
It won't be.
No, because I don't like Love.
Yeah, I mean, I dip in and out.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah.
Jan won't be tuning in for other reasons, not because she doesn't like Love Island, but because she's hosting it.
But I just, I like to check. I just like to watch. I like to watch and comment.
Did you see her on Mo Gilligan's show?
That was funny. That
Yeah.
actually made me laugh. I did
Wow,
laugh.
did
That
you-
was funny.
She actually made you chuckle.
She did. She made me laugh. I laughed. I thought, oh God, she made me laugh.
I think she's
And then
quite
back-
funny.
Then she went back to fucking bitch.
Yes,
you did.
No, I thought she was really funny on that.
I think she's. I like her.
Do you watch that show? I keep forgetting it's on.
No, I caught. I think I caught
Mo
the end of
Gilligan.
that one.
Yeah, I keep forgetting it's
Didn't
on.
see it all.
I see clips afterwards.
I actually like her. I think she's cool.
She's a good. I
think
think
it's
she's a good
hilarity.
presenter. She's good for the era. She, you know, she's all right.
But that's why I find it so amusing because like the way you react. It's just, we don't see enough of her.
But she's always on TV. I always see
It
her.
just kills me with her talk.
We don't see enough of Maya Jama.
It's the way she says. It's the way she tell them. Anyway, we're running out of time. I wanted to talk about the fact that, you know, like I think a couple of weeks ago we were celebrating like 50 years of walking on the moon.
Oh,
which
yes.
I have my theories about that.
Yeah,
But,
so do I.
Yeah, exactly. But I read this really interesting article really, really quickly about the things that they left on the moon when they did that moon landing back in, was it 69?
What did they leave?
Was it Buzz Aldrin and
Yeah,
Armstrong?
and Armstrong. Yeah.
They left part of the space, whatever thing that they landed on the
Right,
landing platform
okay.
when they took off. They left a disc with greetings from
Okay.
like world leaders and stuff.
Oh,
'Cause
right.
obviously there are aliens.
Yeah.
They left. Oh God, what was the other
What?
thing? They left a disc. Of
No, what did you
information.
say after that?
There are
There are
aliens.
aliens.
Think you think they're aliens?
Are you going to storm Area 51 as well, yeah?
No, I don't want to.
No,
They said they're ready for people who.
But I
Or is it? They're like,
No,
yeah,
yeah,
you
they're
want to
really
do that,
aliens.
guys? Yeah?
Do you think we're the only things in the whole universe?
I think there are others out there.
No.
You don't think there is?
No, I think that we are not the only ones.
Oh yeah,
We're not the only
yeah.
ones.
I do agree with you.
Yeah.
But it's the way you just casually drop that in.
We
I
couldn't
was like, okay, like it was a matter of fact.
because I just think that I think the fact that anyone could believe that we're the only things in this whole entire universe is ludicrous. Because I just think when you think about the vastness of space,
Yeah.
how could we be? And you're talking about like wormholes and black holes and dimensions and all that kind of shit. Come on, it's impossible.
So they found. So they left.
So yes,
all that
they left
stuff.
the disc, they left
Right.
the takeoff platform. But the thing that moved me more than anything was the fact that they left poo.
What?
They left
I didn't
human
know that.
poo on the moon. And the reason, well, they said the reason why they left it was because of the weight. because obviously it takes however long to get to space,
Right. Okay.
to get to the moon. So you can imagine the bags of poo that must have been mounting up. Must have been quite a bit of shit.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
So they dumped it on the
Right.
moon, but then I think scientists are interested in going back and looking at what being on the moon has done to like the microorganisms within the poo.
Oh, right. Okay.
To talk to show
This is
to
just too
show
much.
whether there is any mutations.
Okay.
Can you imagine if they went back and there was all these little poo people? That was the language. Imagine. That's possible. The moon mutated like poo people.
Yeah, I see where you're going with that.
Do you?
And they were little
Yeah,
dudes
I
running around like little long bodies with
Dean?
little,
Just me? What the hell?
and how they procreate, they literally just break off.
Yeah,
and
if they-
grow.
Oh God. It's a grim, it's a grim thought.
It's just a bit weird.
So they're gonna go back up there.
I think. Well,
I'm
there's
surprised they
always
haven't
talk
gone back.
about returning to the
Yes,
moon.
they
isn't
should,
there?
because then it will prove
they'll be
whether
looking
they
for
actually
that.
went there in the first place.
Yeah.
And it wasn't
Yeah.
a studio, someone
It's the
on a
flag.
Hollywood lot.
The flag that was
Oh,
moving.
it's still there, is it?
Oh,
It's
well,
still
apparently I've
there.
not been there, so I can't vouch for it. But I believe it's
No,
there.
they
And
did-
of course the footprints.
Neither did Neil Armstrong.
One step for
So, okay, so the theories are there's no gravity
in space.
in space. So things don't move.
Well, this is it, and that was my argument. But apparently, it's because when you put something into the ground and you unfold a flag, it naturally ripples, whether there's no atmosphere or not. Because there's no atmosphere on the moon.
Yeah, but ripples so beautifully.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know about that.
There's so many things. I just don't.
So you think it was a green screen
I
studio?
think, I think
It was the
it was
first
about
CGI.
Yeah, the first
Experiment.
one ever.
because it looks really ropey, and it's
It does now. You look at it now. I think it
very
doesn't.
ropey, and even in
Yeah.
the background, it almost looks like there's a bend. And I feel
Yeah.
like, how can there be a bend on something that size?
So
The moon is
vast.
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like on Earth.
You sure it
don't
wasn't a
see
crater?
bend. Hmm?
Sure, it wasn't a crater.
Yeah, of course. Because of all the spaces they're going to land on in a crater.
It's all a bit weird.
Apparently, they found debris of buildings or some alien constructions on the dark side of the moon. And I'm like, who is making up this stuff? I do, however, think that if we search long enough, we will find evidence that things have been visited before. And I think there's a lot that they just don't tell us.
Yeah, there's a lot that
100%.
they're not telling us.
And even very close to home,
Yeah.
like in terms of like in our solar system. Because I think it would just cause pandemonium.
Yeah, people would just panic and lose it. Oh, dear.
And I even think there's things that are here on Earth. They say like squids and octopuses are actually aliens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And on that bombshell, squids, octopuses, aliens. Kaylee Kay, where can people find you?
You can find me on Insta and Twitter, DJ KAYLEEKAY.
I feel like we kind of went easy on you, you know.
I think you did,
Too
and I'm
easy.
so
Next
grateful.
time.
And I think next time we're going to drag her
No,
back.
what
in
do you
and go
mean?
H-A-M. Now, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter, Mad News Blog, Instagram Mad News Blog, and madnewsuk.com.
And you can find me at Cheryl's World across all social media. That's SHERRYLS World, and tintedblue.com.
Okay.
Bye.
Could you hear my stomach rumbling?